There's a little hum. The hum don't mean anything, right? Yeah. Okay. Testing, testing. The power's going out, you know. Oh my gosh, man. Come on. dismissing the first Pakistan batsman. So Isaac turning from the CIUN here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground to get herself organized. Umpires today, Jonathan Blades and Finish Ramdani. Isaac in now to bowl to Sohail. Sohail is stroking this, but can't beat Mangrove at cover. And the West Indies A team starting with a buzz of energy, picking up your first wicket. Schultz now in now to bowl to Hafiz, who is a knot, and fishing at a nice flighted delivery right there, and not picking up anything there very quickly. 51 for 3. Pakistan being inserted by the West Indies women's team. Comes quietly forward looking for a single, certainly at all. This could be trouble here. Somebody could be run out, and I think she will be out, run out. Sohail, communication issue between Sohail and Hafiz, and magnificent work by Renisa Boyce, the wicketkeeper. A single that certainly was not on, and someone needed to tell me where was Sohail going. She'll be very disappointed. And West Indies picking up another wicket. Sohail run out. Beautiful combination between Boyce and Schultz, and in the end 51 for 4. 51 for 4. What a good piece of work there from Boyce, the wicketkeeper, the captain of the West Indies A team, and Schultz combination. Sylvester, excellent work there by the West Indies team.
Yeah, I mean, the West Indies team, look, they are in control. They had the opportunity to put the pressure, on the Pakistani A team, and they are doing just that. Some of the singles that you see the Pakistani are taking, they're kind of iffy to my liking. They're going straight to the bowlers, but to the fielders. But fortunately, they got away with a few. But a miscommunication between Sohail and Hafiz, caused the downfall of a very important wicket for West Indies A team. There, losing the unfortunate for Pakistan. Who Sohail, she looks, as I said, in control, and she was trying to stabilize the innings for them.
She looked a very elegant player. That's one of the things that I liked about her. But I think she was trying to undo herself there, and in the end, a needless run out. And normally in cricket games, you know that, Sylvester, you don't want to get run out. Imtiaz, in the meantime, has come to the crease. Hafiz is finally off the mark after 6 deliveries, 52 for 4. So we have Kainat, Imtiaz, and we have Hafiz, Hafiz, and Kainat. Oh, pretty interesting, Imtiaz. So we have the K's working out here.
Yeah, and once again, we apologize for the interruption, the technical difficulties, and we're back up now, and hopefully that we can bring the necessary coverage that our fans require.
Certainly, and again, as Sylvester said, we had a couple of issues here. We just want to apologize, but we're up, ready and ready to go. West Indies on top here, 52 for 4. Schultz comes in now to bowl to Imtiaz. Imtiaz is looking for a single, and Mangro, I think we'll just have to, she's like a live wire in the field there, and she's really brought some energy to this team. Over number 9 have been bowled, 9 overs bowled. Pakistan inserted by the West Indies, they're 52 for 4. Hafiz is 1, Imtiaz is not. The Pakistan team, they would have lost Aisha Zafar, bowled Isaac without scoring. Muniba Ali was caught Vermont. Magnificent catch there by Vincent, bowled Kiana Joseph for 27, 45 for 2. And then we had Nadia Khan, who was caught Mangro, bowled Sugrim, 50 for 3. The 4th wicket, run out, mix up and more or less lack of communication between Boyce and Schultz, 51 for 4. Omera Sohail, run out for 11, should be pretty disappointed. Back ball again to Hafiz. So the score remains on 52 for 4. It's all happening here. Sugrim from the major center end picked up a wicket in her first over, so she'll be one to maybe add to that. We're in the number 69. Back and punching that is Hafiz out to the sweeper. She'll get a single. Looks like Rashida Williams, who just lobbed that one very quickly back. One bounce to the keeper. This is an important period of time for not only world cricket but for women's cricket in general, where the Pakistan Cricket Board and the West Indies Cricket Board teaming up to give women an opportunity. 53 for 4, and to be able to have an insight in terms of their A-team program and what the sort of work they'll have to do. Sugrim comes in now to bowl to Imtiaz, who's not. She's back and cracking that out to the sweeper. Williams will have some winning to do. Rashada Williams. In the meantime, one bounce again. More than one bounce, at least 2 bounces in, but that's okay. Most important thing, I don't think she could have stopped that 2 there, Sylvester. What do you think?
Yeah, it was deep. I think it was a bit away from her, so the 2 was definitely on. I guess she had to be a bit more quicker, picking up the line.
Imtiaz is looking for a single. Pakistan, they're looking to want to run for everything, but this time I think, Sylvester, as compared to the first game, the West Indies inner fielders in the 25-yard circle are a lot more alert. And so the Pakistan team will have to, pedal back a little bit, game awareness, and look around and see in terms of what's happening. Singles going to be maybe hard to get into 30-yard circle because the West Indies team are a lot more faster this time. Kiana Joseph darting in there very quickly. And she was among the wars, as we would say, in picking up the balls at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. She's already picked a wicket up here. The wicket of Maniba Ali. That's a big wicket for her because Ali was on the go here.
Yeah, definitely.
At the Coolidge Cricket Ground into the 10th over. Sugrim comes in now to bowl to Imtiaz. Imtiaz this time punching it past the short extra cover. And getting an easy single. So 10 overs bowl, Sylvester. 56 for 4. Pakistan batting first. After this, then more comments from you, Sylvester, and then we'll get Mali Richards into the hot seat.
Yeah, I like the adjustment so far from what we have seen from the first game in terms of the feeling for the West Indies team. Mangrove, she's the live wire. I like her attitude. I like the how she's maneuvering in the outfield, tossing back the ball to it. Sometimes I think she chose it a bit too hard, but I like her aggressiveness and the energy that she brings to the team. Uplift the other fielders. You see some of the players, they're a bit nervous. I can understand. I mean, it's the first time they're on a stage of this magnitude, and which I said that a beautiful shot there again.
That's a lovely shot by Imtiaz. Flighted delivery by Schultz. And she just split the mid on and mid off, just decided good elevation and went through the line. Good positive shot. Another boundary to the Pakistan women's team. Score goes up to 60 for 4 as Mali gets himself organized to get into the count run rate 5.90. Morning, Mali.
Good morning, Springs. Good morning to all the listeners wherever you may be.
Overcast conditions here in St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda. Within mid-off, in the mid-off, push back now to the long on and long off. Schultz comes in now to bowl to Imtiaz. Imtiaz is back and cracking that and picking up a very easy single. And again, Mangrove just hastily, I know Mali love her and so too is Sylvester. She's like a live wire there. But that's what you want. She brings some energy to the team. 61 for 4. And Imtiaz playing a beautiful shot. She's on 8 and Hafiz is on 2. Exciting times here.
Yeah, we're talking about Mangu. She's a real spark in this field. We saw how she ran between the wickets as well in the previous game, and she's one to look out for in the future.
Schultz comes in now to bowl to Hafiz. Hafiz is looking to work this. They just have to get the communication going. They're so bent on running, Mali, that it doesn't matter what's happening. They're committing themselves to a run very early. And this is what is going to happen in women's cricket. Because you want to look to get off strike. The coach, Mali Richards, tell you got to turn the strike over. And so that's the intensity what you're going to be able to pick up.
Fantastic response from the Windies women A team here in this second game of the series.
Flighted deliveries, driving again in the air, but that's okay. Mid-off down to long off. And they get another easy single. So Pakistan 18 playing some smart cricket. I see the groundsman led by Kadim Phillip moving into position. I don't know if there's something maybe just lurking around there. Maybe we would have seen something that we have not seen. Is beginning to get a little dark here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, but maybe everything might be safe because the wind is strong. Here is Imtiaz looking to drive down the ground but can't score. And good cut off. Positive feeling by Kiana Joseph. And these guys here, Kadim Phillip and the crew here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the home of West Indies cricket, have done an excellent job. Schultz comes up now to bowl to Imtiaz, and Imtiaz is brilliantly caught. Is that Gajnabi? No, I think it is Fraser.
Yeah, Sherian Fraser.
Sherian Fraser taking an excellent catch there at cover. That was magnificent. That came off the ground, and Imtiaz will be very disappointed in the way she got out there, Mali.
Yeah, but I was just going to say a fantastic job here done by the spin twins here in the middle of this Pakistani innings. Schultz and Sugrim, they've bowled 4.5 overs between them, and they've only gone for the 17 runs and have managed to pick up a wicket each. So fantastic job done by both spinners here, both left-arm spinners. It looks like West Indies bank on their spin options, especially in the middle of the innings, and on a wicket that's, you know, taking a little bit of spin. They've done really well to curb the Pakistan since the departure of Sohail, to curb the Pakistan run rate.
Zafar bowled Isaac without scoring. Munib Ali caught Vincent Bojo's at 27. Sohail run out Boys 16. Khan caught Mangrove, Bosu Grim. Hafiz is not out in 3, and Imtiaz was just magnificently caught by Fraser of Schultz.
It's actually 5 overs they've bowled between them and only gone for the 17 and picked up 2 wickets. So really good job done here by the spinners.
62 for 5, and the groundsmen moving into position. I think they maybe might be predicting that we might maybe have just a slight break, and the wind blowing very strong here. We're outside broadcasting, so you maybe tend to get a little feedback from us. We came prepared for the air condition, but Mally Richards brought us outside to get some fresh air.
Literally the hot seat here today.
But the breeze is nice. It's almost like we're in the air condition. Here is Hafiz trying to get a little fancy there. Ill-advised shot. No need for that. Shamin is coming. She's on the non-striker's end. And Shamin, I think, will be the captain for today's game.
And the A team here, players in the circle, really squeezing the Pakistan batsmen, making sure they can't rotate the strike as well as they'd like.
Here is Hafiz driving but can't score. Good flighted delivery by Sugrim. Look real good, nice little loop on it. So a pretty investment by the West Indies women's program. 3 leg spinners looking good so far. We still have not seen Mangro yet down the onside, and there's going to be signal wide. Sugrim just trying something different there. She's in very quickly into her 3rd over. 1 for 6 so far, Sugrim.
Very good spell from Sugrim. We saw her batting as well in the previous game. She offers quite a lot, and she's good in the field as well.
63 for 5 comes in now. The ball to Hafiz. Hafiz is driving, and Sugrim just partially stopped it, but at least she's keeping the pressure up, as Mali said. So can't get anything. The current run rate for the Pakistan A team is 5.40. If you're wondering what's happening, it's live cricket from the Coolidge Cricket Ground. It's the CG International Series with the West Indies A and the Pakistan A here. Here is Hafiz looking to pick up a couple of runs here, but had to be sent back very quickly by Shamin, the captain. They were only able to get 1 run. West Indies buzzing with excitement. They picked up 5 wickets so far. Inside 15 overs. This is just only over number 12.
Yeah, and with the 5 wickets down, the Pakistan batters are really going to struggle to post what we would consider a competitive total here. They're behind the 8 ball, West Indies on top, applying pressure, and Pakistan are going to have to play pretty special cricket here towards the back end to put up a pretty decent score.
Captain Shamin facing her first delivery of the innings and waits for Sugrim with the wind beltering away here at the Coolidge Ground. Maybe just pushing the rain a bit. Maybe thank you Almighty God for that execution. Here is Captain Shamin just punching that past the short third man area down to the boundary, picking up a couple of runs there. Good control shot. She stayed on top of it and played it nicely. Picked up a couple of runs, so she's off the mark. And the score at the end of over number 12, Pakistan A team, they're 66 for 5. Hafiz is 4. Shamin, the captain for today's game, is 2. Sugrim has bowled some 3 overs very quickly, 1 for 9.
What we have seen, though, just an observation of both Pakistan and the West Indian batters in this series thus far. They're better batters as well. They tend not to try and overhit the ball. What we see them do is stroke that ball to the boundary or stroke it for 6. And it's actually quite good to watch. You know, they stay really controlled and watch the ball all the way onto the bat and tend to execute with a pretty good technique.
And the outfield here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground is almost like on a golf course. Here is Hafiz just punching this past the short mid-wicket area out to the fielder coming in, and they've been able to get 1 run. So the rotation of the strike has been improving. 67 for 5. Hafiz goes up to 5. Shamin, the captain for today's game, comes into strike now. And Schultz, who is into a 4th over, 1 for 13, is really bowling nicely, moving away. Picked up a very important wicket. Boyce just looking to ring the changes away. Then powerful breeze here in Antigua and Barbuda.
I think she's just slightly overtacking a bit here in terms of bringing in the long off and the deep extra cover on the boundary. The West Indies really attacking here, looking for wickets.
Schultz comes in now to bowl to Shamin. That's a different one, Mali.
Yeah, we saw this the other day. She's got really good control. Casey Schultz.
That's almost like the wrong.
Yeah.
It went past the left hander and it spun.
At good pace as well.
That's true. 1 for 13 in her spell so far. Schultz has looked certainly good down the onside. There's a P for a leg before, but I think that one maybe might have been just a little bit high. Shamin is also a taller player, but you could see the intent. Earlier clock from Shamin. She decided that, listen, I'm going to sweep. 6 or 7 for 5. This is going to be a good contest. Here comes Kaiser Schultz. She comes in now to bowl to Shamin. Shamin has got to defend because she's bowling between wicket and wicket. I'm impressed.
It's actually pretty good captaincy from, I was questioning it a little. It's aggressive captaincy. She's going for the jugular. She thinks Pakistan are down and she's trying to keep them down.
Schultz in now to bowl to Shamin. Shamin is back and looking to pull that. Can't score. This is real good pressure. This is a lovely spell here by Schultz.
I think she'll be best served now with the one ball remaining to possibly push back a boundary rider here, because Shamim has been struggling to get the ball off the square, and you'd possibly want to bowl more deliveries to her.
She maybe wants to end strong also. Schultz comes in now to bowl to Shamin. Shamin is back and looking to punch that. Can't score. The pressure is up. They're really forcing a squeeze. I think Shamin will just have to maybe just reassess herself there at the completion of over number 13. This is a lovely spell, Mali by Schultz. 4 overs, no maidens, 1 for 13. Magnificent spell by Schultz.
Brilliant. She was very impressive in game 1 the other day, and she's come back and backed it up again here in game 2 at a different ground, on a different wicket, different conditions. And she's backed up what we saw in the previous game. She's shown good variations. She's mixed her pace up really well. Like we said, she bowls that orthodox delivery, and she's got her back of the arm variation, which she executes to a high standard.
6 or 7 for 5. Sue Grimm is going to come in now to bowl to Hafiz. Flighted delivery, and Hafiz is driving, but she can't beat Kiana Joseph, who's very close there, cover. Kadeem Phillip and his crew here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. They're in position, but the wind has really sort of pushed the rain away so far, so we can get some good, exciting cricket. 6 or 7 for 5. Sugrim in now to bowl to Hafiz. Hafiz is back and pulling that, but can't score. And the West Indies don't need to overcompensate. Don't need to try anything. They've been excellent so far in the field.
They have. They started pretty ragged earlier this morning, but they've really pulled it back together well. Vernon, we've seen them dive, get their hands on saving boundaries, effecting runouts and taking fantastic catches. It's really good to see.
Magnificent piece of work there by Rachel Vincent at the short mid area. So you got Kiana Joseph and Rachel Vincent. They're the ones, they're the powerhouses who have to be able to cut off the ball. And the flighted delivery again by Sue Grimm. This is a good contest. She's not afraid to flight the ball, and this is what I like
about
what's happening. Sue Grimm. 1 for 9 here so far from her spell.
When she started, she bowled a few full tosses, and the Pakistan batters didn't really capitalize and manage to put her under pressure, and she's in her rhythm really nicely.
Again. Mangro now the ball to Hafiz. Hafiz is back and putting that and offline a little bit there. And the number 13 would have made a little move there.
That was Sherry-Ann Fraser again down there on the boundary. Fantastic fielding from her. She's quite athletic, isn't she?
Certainly.
Very athletic.
Hafiz goes to 7 from 28, and Mangro is enjoying this contest.
Saving 2 runs there, Sherry-Ann.
Here comes Mangro again from the media center end. Goes past the umpire. Nice flight, back and fast. Just pull that one down, and you're only able to get 1 run. So we know in terms of what is going to be happening here. So the score is trickling over. Sherry-Ann Fraser with that big powerful throw from the deep mid-wicket area, the backward square.
It's real athlete. They've got the right fielder down here in a. It's going to be a high traffic area, and when Mangro's on, she wants the Pakistan batters to be hitting against the breeze over onto the long side of the field, and she's achieved that thus far.
Mangro in now to bowl to Shamin into the left-hander, and she's looking to tuck this one around, picking up a very easy single. Vincent coming around, but can't stop that single here. And so over number 16 comes to end. Pakistan 75 for 5. Hafiz is 8, Shamin is 6.
Bowling really well in combination, this West Indian A women spinners here. We saw Schultz and Sugrim, and now Joseph came and backed them up really well, and then Mangro's followed her and come in and bowled a really good over, only going for 3 as well. So it's they're really keeping this pressure up from both ends.
Let me say good morning to Richard Berridge, one of the main architects behind the scenes in getting everything happening here in this Pakistan A Women CG Insurance Series. This is a very important development for West Indies cricket and also for Pakistan cricket, because Pakistan is saying to the entire world, listen, we're coming, we're ready. We've done a lot of marketing under their Prime Minister Imran Khan, who invited a number of legends from around the world, including your dad, Sir Viv Richards, Sir Curtly Ambrose, Greg Chappell, to be able to say to the world that cricket is back. Gajnabi is easily just stayed away down to third man for 4, full toss, and Shamin just more or less just opening the face there, wide delivery there. And as Mali and Sylvester have been talking about all the time, you can't give the Pakistani players any wit, because their bat speed is so quick. They're going to be able to swing their arms through there, and Gajnabi just a little bit offline, boundary to Shamin. She goes to 10. Hafiz on the non-strikers end is on 8, 79 for 5.
It's important she backs up her bowlers here as well, the previous bowlers, Gajnabi. She can't afford to come in here and release the pressure that's already been built.
Gajnabi now in out the bowl to
good
Shamin.
Response.
Bang on target, and that's the sort of bowler she is. She bowls a lot of cutters. Sort of reminds me, Mali, I don't know if you would have seen, well, no, you wouldn't have seen, you would have heard about Ulysses Lawrence.
Yeah.
Ulysses Lawrence was just this worker in the same sort of action. He came up and he just bowled as slow as possible. You know, it sort of frustrated you.
Yep.
Gajnabi in now to bowl to Shamin. Shamin looking to just turn that one in, but wasn't able to pick up a single. Who's that, Vincent?
Yeah, good chance there. It looked like if she would have hit,
might have
the
been
direct hit, it would have been very close.
very close, look that way. Gajnabi will be a little bit on. We're talking about Pakistan, and they've decided, Mali, that they're going to apply for 6 events from 2024 on the ICC calendar. We'll give you a roundup in terms of some of the matches and some of the tournaments they want to bring to Pakistan cricket. And you know they're full of energy.
Passionate, very passionate fans out there.
Hafiz playing at a wide delivery. In fact, in Champions Trophy in 2025, T20 World Cup in 2026, ODI World Cup in 2027, T20 World Cup in 2020, a Champions Trophy in 2029, and the ODI World Cup in 2031. The Pakistan Cricket Board, they're applying, they need at least 3 of those. Those are 6 events that are spread out. And the Pakistan Cricket Board is saying, listen, we're going to bring international cricket to Pakistan. Stroked away into the offside there was Hafiz picking up her 9th run, 9 off 31 deliveries. Now brings back the captain into a strike, Shamin.
What's for sure though, Vern, is that as this COVID pandemic eases and fans are allowed back in stadiums, you can expect Lahore and Rawalpindi to be absolutely chock-a-block.
Certainly. Here is Shamin just splitting this one a little bit up into the air past Vincent, who is in the 25-yard circle at mid-on. And just for a moment, she thought she had a chance. Over number 17 completed. The Pakistan A team inserted by the West Indies A team. They're 82 for 5. The current run rate is 4.82. Shamin, the captain, is on 12. Hafiz is 9. And the West Indies fighting back here. We'll be looking to restrict the Pakistan A team to under 100.
Yeah, West Indies women in full control here, the A team. Ghaznavi started with a 4. She was under pressure from that first delivery, and she managed to pull it back really nicely, only going for 6 in the end. And that Pakistan run rate under 5 runs or over. West Indies would be very comfortable with the position they're in, and hopefully they can come out. Well, the game's not, their innings isn't finished yet. Still got 18 deliveries, and after this, hopefully they can come out and chase down whatever Pakistan managed to get here.
Ghaznavi's first over cost them 7 runs. Shamin is on strike, and the live wire, we're in the number 99, Mangro, with a little bit off spin, a bang on target there. And here's Shamin playing a big expansive drive, but it was got so much pace onto it. She was still able to get a single down to a short third man. One thing about Mango, she's going to bowl the ball into the pitch.
Yeah, that's for sure. And
so you know that.
We saw her get a little turn up at the Sir Vivian Richards as well, and from our vantage point, we can't necessarily see how much it's turning, but she's bowling a good areas between wicket and wicket, and she's got her field set accordingly.
83 for 5. Hafiz now comes into strike. She's on 9, waits for Mango into bowl to 1. She gets a wide delivery, but gets a single. Kiana Joseph tumbling down there. Could have stayed on her feet and stopped that because the single was already on.
Yeah.
Score goes up to 84 for 5. Shamin comes back into strike. She's on 13 from 16. Hafiz is 10 from 32. I want to say good day to all the folks in Trinidad and Tobago, bracing yourself with the weather in Dominica, St. Vincent, Barbados, wherever you're listening to us. Stay safe. Please don't come out. In the meantime, here is Shamin, who's sweeping this one around. And only got 1 run, Mali. That went all the way out there. She could have done a lot better in terms of the running.
He got down there pretty quickly.
Yeah, but Hafiz is not a big runner either, so don't think that Shamin was willing to take that chance.
For sure.
Picked up a 14th run. Hafiz will come back into strike. The West Indies will be game awareness. Continue to just bowl to Hafiz all the time. 10 from 32. Mango in out to bowl to Hafiz. Hafiz is on driving down the ground. Ghaznavi comes off the boundary, and she just lobs a 1-bound throw into Mango.
I think what the Pakistan batters have assessed here, especially with Shamin being at the crease, is that it was just all about consolidation, considering the wickets they had lost. And I think what they're hoping to do is have these 5 wickets in the hutch for the last 2 overs or so, and to really try and launch a counter-attack.
Mango in now to bowl to Shamin. Flatter Flaster, she's back on the steering this down to third man into the 25-yard circle. They get an easy single because the fielder was more or less caught on her heels. Looks like it is Williams or Bruce, one out of the 2. But so far, if we look at the dot balls, at least about 62 dot balls, Mali, so far.
Good maths from you there, Vern.
86 for 5. They
Quick.
lining away there. Mangrove into a second over, not for 9. Here is Hafiz clipping this one beautifully down to the long on boundary for 4.
Good shot.
Ghaznavi could have maybe done a better job with that rather than diving with her hands, maybe just try cutting it off with her foot. She got there.
Pretty good effort from her.
But in the end, a boundary, and as Mali was talking about, they didn't need that. Mangrove, the 2 overs so far, not for 13, and Pakistan piling the pressure up, 91 for 5 of 18 overs.
And well, Hafiz has been here for 34 deliveries, so I mean, she should have had ample time to get acclimatized to position, to conditions. Sorry, she should have had time to analyze what's going on out there in terms of the pace and the bounce of the wicket. And yeah, she's got to make up for the fact that she's only going at below 50 strike rate here. 15 of 34. 12 balls to go. Pakistan women's A 91 for 5. With her and Captain Shamim at the crease, they'll be looking for at least 30 of these last 2 overs here to make this a competitive total.
But the West Indies would have scored 96 for 8 in their first game.
Oh, that's true.
Pakistan,
so what are you saying, Glenn? What are
2.
you saying? Are you saying that they already have enough here, Pakistan?
Well, we never know. Might be game on here. Who we've got coming through here now? Here is a big heave here by Shamin. Gajnabi delivery. And Vincent coming off the boundary. One bounce into Gajnabi.
I did anticipate this, Vern. These two are going to really go after it here, these last two overs. Considering still got 5 wickets in the hutch, and with Hafiz being there for such a long time, I think it's time from a Pakistan perspective.
Gajnabi around the wicket, the ball to Shamin, into bowl to Shamin down the onside, and she just lost her cool, lost her focus there. She really put her hand up, and an extra that they certainly didn't need. They've been very disciplined so far in this series, especially in this game, not the series, but this game. Nerves have been settling, and they're showing that they can compete. 94 for 1. The West Indies still in the game. Shamin 17. Gajnabi, beautiful delivery. That's well bowled. And that's the sort of line that we saw from her at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium.
And that's one thing that can happen to a bowler. That positive intent being shown can knock you off your stride. What we didn't see from the Pakistan female batters was them looking to apply that pressure to the A-team, Windies A-team spinners, and just played into the Windies team's hands.
Shamin 17. Here is a big drive here from Shamin. One bounce down to the long off fielder, and good big effort coming in right there, but she couldn't get to it. Shamin goes to 18. Hafiz now comes into strike. The score goes up to 95 for 5. I think they'll get to 99. And 95 for 5.
Oh,
Gajnabi not for 11. She'll have to end strong here. She's really bowled her wide here, so she's put under a little bit of pressure. What will be the approach by Hafiz? Hafiz waits for Gajnabi delivery. She's driving down to long on, picking up a single. Gajnabi is, well, even though she's been there, she's been able to stabilize the innings.
She has. She's done pretty well here, considering that the batters are going after her now. From a Pakistan perspective, I'm sure that's something they'll look over after this game is done. They'll look back and say, in that middle period, they didn't really look to apply any pressure onto the Windies spinners.
16 of 35. Shamin back into strike here. Here's Shamin just clipping this one into the onside, picking up a couple of runs there, coming back nicely. And is that Sherian Fraser?
Yep.
Good, powerful return out there. Good athlete. Score goes up to 96 for 5. Oh my gosh, I forgot to walk in my vitamin mode for Mally Richards. I'm going to get myself into trouble.
I was just going to say.
There's a shop over there.
I was just going to say.
98 for 5. But we'll get another vitamin bet today.
Yeah,
but I still have to pay you a vitamin.
Yeah. I've got it. I'm keeping a tally anyway. So
that's not a problem.
I won't let you forget.
By the time the series is done, I might have to get you a case.
Yeah, it might be a case, you know. Who knows?
Gajnabi not for 14. Coming around the wicket, she's going to bowl to the left-hander, Shamin. 20 from 22. Hafiz 16 from 35. Gajnabi around the wicket. Goes past Ramdani. Down the outside. There's a P for a leg before. And luckily to get away with that. So over number 19 comes to an end. Pakistan are 98 for 5. And psychologically, when you're in a cricket game and you get to 100, there's 100 on the board, and it plays with the mind of the team that is chasing, and the West Indies look like they might have to chase 100, 105.
And like you said, you know, the Windies team was bowled out for what, 96, 97 the other day?
They reached 96 for 8 off there.
Oh yeah, 96 for 8, so they could only score 96. So I mean, they'll be looking to rectify that situation here today. But I think Gajnabi's done a really good job. Shabika Gajnabi, she's done a really good job considering when she's coming to the attack here. She's coming at the death pretty much when batters are really looking to get after her, and she's only gone for 7 runs and over. 2 overs, 14 runs. She hasn't managed to pick up a wicket yet, but she's done a pretty good job here, Van.
Well, the groundsmen getting into position, so it looks as if this one is going to be a little bit closer because they're looking to put the signs down. In the meantime, the umpires would really just want to just get in this over. Very quickly, Kiana Joseph, 1 for 21. She's in now to bowl to Hafiz. Hafiz is looking to have a go at that one and can't go past Vincent. Groundsmen will be playing, and the umpires that they'll be able to just get this innings in so that they can cover the track down. 5 deliveries to go. Kiana Joseph is eagerly waiting to try to get through that one. 98 for 5. She's in to bowl to Hafiz. Hafiz is back and spanking that out to the sweeper. We'll only get 1 because Shamin wants to strike, so the score goes up to 99 for 5.
And what's great to see as well, if you're going to compare and contrast these three left-arm spinners that we've seen today from the West Indies, is that they're all pretty different. They all bring something pretty different. Sugrim looks to flight it a bit more. Schultz has got her variations, and Kiana Joseph pulls the ball into the wicket at good pace. They all offer something a little different, even though they're left-arm orthodox spinners.
Shamin 20 comes into strike. 99 for 5, Pakistan. Joseph in out the bowl to Shamin. Shamin is driving down the ground. 100 up for Pakistan. And let's see the stats for the 100 for Pakistan. We'll maybe get that in a little while, but that's okay. Their 50 came off, 49 balls, 34 minutes, 4 boundaries, 1-6. They're hustling through here, Kiana Joseph. Shamin is on 21. Hafiz comes back into strike. Joseph 1 for 23 so far. She comes in now to bowl to Hafiz, slow, fast. And big effort there.
Fantastic.
That's magnificent work there by Vincent.
Brilliant fielding.
That is beautiful. This is what you talk. Big major improvement here.
Really good athleticism and good determination as well to get around and really dive on that one and possibly save a run there, Vern.
Rachel Vincent really pulling out the stops right there.
Literally.
100 for Pakistan came off 124 balls, 80 minutes, 7 fours and 1-6. Shamin in strike, waits for Kiana Joseph in out the bowl to her, and slower, faster. Boyce is gonna, if she picks up the ball, no, she couldn't be able to exert the run out there. Leg by there to Shamin, but that was slow, and it took a long time to get to Shamin, and Shamin was swinging for the fences.
Yeah, like I was saying, she's been bowling at good pace, bowling the ball into the wicket, and on that occasion, just bowled it a little slower, a little bit more flight, and the batsman was a little bamboozled. Well, the batter was a little bamboozled and didn't manage to make contact.
102 for 5. Expected to be the final delivery. She comes in out the bowl to Hafiz. Hafiz is driving inside out, and it's gone all the way.
Good shot.
For 6. That's a beautiful shot by Hafiz. She ends with 24, which will be the top score for the, no, it will be the second top score for the Pakistan team. That's a lovely cricket shot. Flighted nicely, and Hafiz beautifully the second 6 for the Pakistan A team today. So the wickets to fall so far for the Pakistan A team. Zafar bowled Isaac without scoring, and then we would have had Manubi Ali caught Rachel Vincent, bowled Joseph for 27. Sohail was run out Boyce for 16, a magnificent combination. Khan was caught Mangru, bowled Sugrim for 1. Hafiz not out 24 from 39 deliveries. Imtiaz caught Fraser, bowled Schultz for 8. And Shamin, the captain, was not out 21 from 25 deliveries. The Rains have stayed away, and we say major credit to the Rains as the groundsmen get themselves organized after the break. Total, West Indies would need 109 to win Mali. 109 they would need. What would we say? A little bit over their area. They scored 96 for 18 of their 20 overs. It's game on here. 108 for 5. CG Insurance.
And just
T20. West Indies A versus Pakistan A. The bowling figures just quickly for you, Mali. Pakistan would have lost wickets at 0, 43, 50, 51, 52. Tanisha Isaac, 3 overs, no maidens, 12 runs. We would have had like 1 wicket. Sherian Fraser, 1, 14 not. Kiana Joseph, 4, 31. Schultz bowled 4, 13, 1. Sugrim would have bowled 4, 9-1. Mangro with a ball 2-13 not, and Gajnabi 2-14 not. So all in all, Mali, when you look at the context of the game,
pretty good.
A big decent effort by the West Indies.
Yeah.
And I would also say a big effort also by Pakistan. They would have been many told to try to get your 100.
Yeah, for sure. But just on that last delivery, these are little things that these West Indian women A team will have to learn. Kiana Joseph there, last ball of the innings, and she chooses that delivery to flight. You know, she's been bowling the balls into the wickets all day and having pretty good success with it, and to just vary your plan on the last delivery there, and to be put away for 6 as well. Who knows, it may be a crucial 6 runs there at the end of the day. So these are the little things though that these players will learn as they go along at this level of cricket. the margin for error is just so much smaller.
Well, and it's called game understanding
And game awareness.
and game awareness in terms of what's happening. So at the completion of the first 20 overs, the Pakistan women's cricket team, they've reached 108 for 5. We'll take a 5 minutes water break as Kadim Phillip and his entire crew will get themselves organized. And when we come back, we'll bring to you the West Indies innings in reply. They'll need 109 for victory.
urgent movement now from the groundsman. The signs are coming down. So I think we'll have a rain delay. This one looks a little bit more serious, more than anything else. Sylvester, what do you think?
Well, yeah, as I said, the breeze, pretty strong, so hopefully that the breeze will blow away, because over here is definitely overcast, and on the far eastern side also you can see that a lot of haze, and it's overcast, so we need a breeze, I must say, if we want the game to continue.
Well, I think this one is down because the head groundsman has given the authority that it's down, so they're closing down shop here, Sylvester. We'll get a little drizzle that will be coming through very, very, very quickly. So the small cover is being dispatched on, and the big cover is now moving out. They're also looking to bring on the grey one, so this looks a little bit more serious. So maybe we might have like a sharp shower in terms of the rain. And as Sylvester said, the breeze have been blowing strong here. Excellent work so far, and in fact, in trying times like these, Sylvester, the groundsmen are going to have a major challenge. But you could see, I spend a lot of time here, Sylvester, Coolidge Cricket Ground, and these guys always practicing. So it's almost like clockwise in terms of what they're going to do, how they're going to get into position, and who does what at what point in time. The breeze has been really powering away. Also just had a little word there from Mali that there's a hurricane watch in Barbados. So this one is moving through quickly. Remember, this is moving also on the windward side. So we want to say to our counterparts, Henderson Springer and company and Pedro Collins and Tony Howard and all those guys, Adrian Donovan, stay safe. Please stay indoors. Can't afford to be able to miss anybody at this time, Sylvester. The umpires, in the meantime, the groundsmen have put everything in place. It's getting a little lighter, Sylvester. I don't know what you feel.
Yeah, it looks so as well. I think the breeze, is helping. But it's good that the groundsmen are prepared, because with this breeze, it's going to take a lot of work. I mean, they have a lot of groundsmen out there, Springs, and women. It's women out there as well.
They have at least about 2 to 3 women.
Yeah, so
women power.
Women power. It's all about women's cricket also. So I believe also that we're supposed to have a lot more women involved in the women's cricket as well. Give the opportunity to the female, and I'm glad to see the quality of cricket. I think in the end, the game was poised. Both teams were fighting to get the upper hand, and Pakistan came through in the end with some good partnerships, and the quality in which they played as well, Springs. They're hitting the ball, but they're hitting the ball in the air, and it's in the gap. So they picking up their tools, even though they couldn't get the boundaries as often as they wanted to, but they were hitting the balls in the gap, and picking up 8-10 runs per over easily.
It's going to be an exciting second game, Sylvester, starting around about 2 p.m. We saw what happened in the first game. Check your phone, Sylvester. Somebody maybe wants to find out the score. Maybe you just need to just tell them that, hey, Sylvester is on air, so you can't be able to talk to you at this time if you're listening.
Well, if you want to find out the score, just check the YouTube channel. Flow.
Or Flow app, Flow Sports.
Flow Sports. And
just to let you know, in case you're listening and you're trying to reach Sylvester, Pakistan, in the end, they reached 108 for 5 with 62 dot balls, Sylvester. And then we had Sohail, who contributed 11. Munibi Ali Siddiqui, I think she would have got 27 during a period of time, and Hafiz got 24 in the end right there. The groundsmen are now almost clearing everything away, Sylvester, so they've done an excellent job. And that big strong breeze that we had there for about 2 minutes sort of pushed the rain away, and the sun is looking to try and come through, so that's a good sign. So the Pakistan team, Bernard Joseph just getting the stumps up, the standby umpire to be able to get into position, and I would say, Sylvester, in under 45 seconds we should be ready to go for the West Indies.
45 seconds. 45. I think it reached by about 30 by now. But umpires are out in the middle, and it's what I was thinking about, Springs. You said 62 dot balls, and I don't think it was not trying by the Pakistani team.
We must explain that.
Yeah, it was good quality bowling by
By the
the
West
West
Indies?
Indies, especially the three left arm spinners.
But let me just give you the stats. So these are the bowling figures, Sylvester. So we had Kanisha Isaac 3 not 12 1. Sharon Fraser 1 not 14 not. Kiana Joseph 4 not 31. Kaiser Schultz 4 not 31. And Steffi Sugrim, she bowled the only maiden so far, Sylvester, 4-1, 9-1. And Manda Mangro, your good friend, 2 not 30 not.
Yeah, but you see that the spinners are in there and they really bowled really well.
Between Sugrim, Schultz,
yes,
and Kiana Joseph, and they're all different in their styles.
Yeah. But I'm impressed with, they have a lot of flight, and variation as well. Bowl a bit slowly. And it was very difficult for the Pakistani batters to get them away.
Bowled with some good control. The West Indian batters are coming out. Sylvester, who we got here today?
Well, we have the same too. We have the captain, and I think it's Williams.
Yes.
Williams looked pretty well.
Rashada Williams.
Yeah, she looked really good.
She stroked the ball beautifully.
I think they would need the captain
a good
to
positive start.
Yeah, and the captain to go as deep as possible. I think the innings was set up for the West Indies team, but the big hitters, those that can get the ball to the boundary. In the last game, they felt they didn't get that. West Indies didn't get that in the end, so that's why I believe that we got up to 90 with the foundation that we got. We need in 2020 crickets. You need the big hitters to come in and finish the job.
So, Boyce seems to be the bowler the batsman who will be able to get the West Indies off to a flying start, and she comes forward stylishly and strokes this up to cover. Who is starting with here, Sylvester? I've not been able to pick the number up for Pakistan.
Number 9.
Number 9. So we got to look into our
Anwar.
I think that one will be Anwar.
Yeah.
Just look to pull that one out of the mixture right here, just very quickly. Yes, it's Anwar. So Anwar is starting. So Boyce has faced her first delivery. Getting ourselves organized right here to be able to get moving. Anwar in out to bowl to Boyce, and Boyce coming down nice and straight. Looks very, very relaxed.
Very compact player.
Very, very. She's a good player.
Yeah.
I mean, in the nets, that the little bit that I saw of her, she looks very organized. And when she can just get her rhythm going today, she could be able to play some shots. She really needs to be able to play a captain's knock here today, so that is going to be very, very, very important for her. Anwar from the Citizen by Investment Unit N here in St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda, in the Coolidge area, just outside of the VC Bird International Airport. Antigua open for business. Anwar is in now to bowl to Boyce. Boyce is driving easy to cover for 4. And the folks in Barbados would love that shot. That's a beautiful shot. Coach Pedro Collins would enjoy that. Good day, Petty. 4 without loss. Boyce is off the mark. That's a lovely shot.
Are you sure Petty know about those shots?
Oh, of course. Petty, did you hear Sylvester? Pedro. He must be smiling. I know him. He must be saying, what is Sylvester saying?
To be honest, I don't think Petty knows about those shots. I know he got a few of those shots.
4 without loss. Boyce is 4. It's been wonderful. Compact player is Boyce. And waits for Anwar from Pakistan. Goes past the umpire, in out the boat. She comes stylishly forward. Good defense, good control, good balance. And she looks a relaxed player. I think this is going to be one for the future.
Indeed, I mean, and they have identified her. She has been around now for maybe 2-3 years, Spring. So they have identified and, picked
Only
up
age
the
23, Sylvester. So
yeah.
she's one for the future. Made her debut in 2019,
Yeah, she's
right here
been
in Antigua. So she'll be looking to get some runs on her back here. She's just flicking this one up beautifully over the short middle there, down to the boundary for 4. That's a lovely shot by Boyce. Really got in control of it there, and good nice straight bat and just clipped it over. Beautiful shot. And the umpire is having a whale of a time right here. I think we can hear the West Indies senior team. The pom-pom girls for the West Indies senior team. You need to get up and see them. they came with the pom-poms today, Sylvester. Wow. I wonder which between the A team and the senior team, who makes the most noise.
Well, I
We're
mean,
gonna have to have a contest. 8 without loss here.
it's good. It's good to see the support, the
Oh,
camaraderie. They've been together for quite a while now. Springs, you know,
they've been
during the
over
COVID.
nearly almost 2 months, Sylvester,
Yeah,
and counting.
man. Yeah.
So you know the energy. Boyce is 8. Waits for Anwine to both down the onside. Umpire gonna signal a wide. And the keeper coming around nicely and just picking that one up. 9 without loss. And this is a real Nadia Khan. Nahida Khan. She's the wicketkeeper for today's game for the Pakistan team. So we'll just giving you an idea in terms of what's happening. Good take there by Khan.
Springs, the sun is out. He's all of his glory now. Springs.
All of his glory. I did said Khan was the wicketkeeper. In fact, it's Manubu Ali Siddiqui. She's the keeper. She's now gone up to the stumps now. Here is Boyce driving in the air and being able to get a single in the end. So the completion of over number 1, Sylvester. 10 runs off the first over. Excellent start by the West Indies. Their captain is on 9. Williams is not yet faced the delivery. 10 without loss. The West Indies in reply. They need 109 for victory.
Yeah, good positive start here by the West Indies team in the captain Boyce. I think that last delivery, she plays similarly to how she got out in the last game. She tried to play across it a bit. She has to understand that her strength is hitting the ball straight with a straight bat, and she has a lot of power doing that. So she has to keep her head and stay focused and just watch the ball and play to its merit. Because she's very important to this run chase. She's very important to the West Indies team as the captain. I said that her responsibility, Springs, is vast. She's a captain, she's a wicket keeper, and she's like one of the main batters. So her responsibility at a young age is really great, Springs.
Iqbal will start for the Pakistan women's team from the major center end. And this is going to be a good contest. Left arm spin, so lots of left arm spin on show here. Now to both the boys. Boys is back and just turning this beautifully down the onside. We'll pick up a couple of runs here quite easily. She has the legs to come back for it. Rashida Williams, poor communication there. She showed no interest, as if she was interested in the second run. Boyce herself maybe should have said earlier clock, listen, it's 2 runs and I'm coming back. I want the strike. There was a little hesitation, and in the end, Williams looked like she just made her mind up that, hey, I was going to take the strike 11 without loss.
Well, she hasn't faced the delivery yet. I know, because you out there and you wanna get get that jiggery going. But I think she was watching the ball, and she knows that she realized that this field is not as fast as the stadium. So it would be
not as huge, you mean?
Yeah. It would be a bit difficult.
A bit challenge
to come back for the second one.
No problem. Iqbal comes in now to bowl to Rashada Williams. Well, Williams comes quietly forward, head well over the ball. Sort of hesitated when she played that. She looked like she was in 2 minds, Sylvester.
Yeah,
Should I go for it? And then in the end, she just decided to defend. It's her first delivery, so she'll have a look in. Iqbal from Pakistan will be able to try and see if she can be able to get something going. Sadia, Iqbal, moving in nicely to the bowl now. Left arm spin goes past the umpire. Back and punching that, can't score, can't beat the fielder short mid wicket. And one thing I can say to you is that the Pakistan women, they're going to be lively. They've got some energy inside that 25-yard circle. Worked on their feeling. They enjoy it. They have fun. It's just amazing to see the teams in the fielding process. Here's Williams back and just pulling this one down to long on, getting up an easy single. So she's off the mark very quickly. And Imtiaz comes off the long on boundary and just fires back a return in very quickly. 12 without loss. So Williams finally off the mark, and Boyce, who's on 10, comes in to strike. The opening partnership is going to be important for the West Indies, especially the first power play of overs. Pakistan lost their first wicket without any runs on the board. Iqbal just making some changes, no slip taking place here today. Shamin, the captain, maybe just ringing the changes around. We'll talk a little bit, Sylvester, about the balance of the field placing here compared to the West Indies. Here is Boyce coming forward. You realize now that Shamin now will be bowling more or less to, is it a 5-4 field, Sylvester?
Yeah.
Yes.
5 on the onside, though.
5 on the onside this time because it's the leg spinner and because of the breeze.
Yeah.
So she really wants to give us something to think about, to cross back, to go across the line of the ball. Iqbal in out the ball to Boyce. Boyce is turning this beautifully into the gap right there. Past the short midfield area. We had to come out to the 25-yard circle and got an easy single. So completion of over number 2. And the West Indies are 13 without loss. 3 runs off that over, Sylvester.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that the Pakistani players are more experienced than our girls. They seems like they've been around the block for quite a while. But our girls, they need some work, and I think the opportunity is coming so that we can really, because the talent is there, Springs. You can see, you know, in these girls that the talent is there and they're willing to work hard. They're playing together and they're putting in the work. So it's just the opportunity for them to continue to play in situation like these. But yeah, we're putting up a fight, and hopefully that they can even go beyond that 100, that 90 yard where they made in the last game and overhaul this total.
But the good thing, Sylvester, about the West Indies A team is game understanding. And so that's what we're seeing here. And the more games they play, the better that they will get. And so that's going to be the situation in terms of what's going to be taking place. So Boyce goes into a stance, as there's been some changes been moving around here very quickly. And in fact, I think what the Pakistan team is going to try and do is make Boyce wait for a little while. She's 11, Boyce. And she's going to be the mainstay in terms of what's going to be happening. She strokes the ball down to long on, picks up an easy single. There's Boyce, so she picks up a 12th run. So this is a good contest here so far by her. Iqbal Anwar continuing, still from the Citizen by Investment Unit N. But there's good control shot there by Boyce. She just leaned into that. Good balance. Very composed player. Renisa Boyce, the captain of this team, and now brings young Williams into strike, Rashada Williams. And she's going through what we call the traditional Shivnaran Chandapal look of using the bail to mark a crease. You know, they always emulate their heroes. Here comes Anwar. Comes in now to bowl to Rashada Williams. And playing a naughty delivery at that would be maybe advised to just stand up and punch that. Didn't have the wit for that shot, but good intentions.
Yeah, the intent is there. At least she's confident in playing that shot. We saw her plays a few like that in the last game. Unfortunately for her, she misses out. And all the feelers on the offside, even the third man, they are in.
Anwar looking to bowl the fourth stump line here, forcing Williams to play something different. Williams just coming across the line there rather than looking to go straight. And she rehearses very quickly. She would remember that Coach Robert Samuels would have told her that the top hand has to work. It has to come right down, follow through. 14 without loss. Williams is 1. Quiet start here for the West Indies, with the exception of the first over where some 10 runs came off. Anwar in out the ball to Williams. Williams is driving beautifully. Good cricket shot there, heading it down to long on. So one thing about it is that you could see them learning, you could see them correcting themselves, so you know that there's progression within that period of time.
And interestingly, you can see now the Pakistani players realize that these two are very strong on the onside, especially to mid-wicket and long on, and they had those are where the two fielders are, the cover in terms of the boundary riders are.
15 without loss. Boyce is 12. She's in strike. Gets a wide delivery. Lucky to get away with that one, but at least she was looking for the fourth stump line. We want to say congratulations to the Kairon Polar T20 team, pulling off a magnificent victory yesterday in St. George's, Grenada, the Spice Isle, against South Africa. Good figures there from best bowling T20 figures for the big man himself, Dwayne Bravo.
DJ Bravo.
DJ Bravo. Here is Boyce just whipping this one beautifully. So the stage is set for that game on Saturday. It's going to be a big one, as we would say. As Stanford would say, this is the big one, baby. Over number 3 completed. And the West Indies, in reply, they need 109 for victory. They're 16 without loss. Their captain Boyce is on 13. Williams is on 2.
Yeah, good discipline here. Good intrigue in cricket. They will see which one wants it the most. Will stand up and fight for their team. Pakistan now, I think the game is in a balance. West Indies scoring like 5.3 runs per over. They're rotating the strike. The boundaries are not coming as frequently as they would like, but they are still, picking up the singles, Springs.
Certainly. And the Pakistan bowlers, in fairness to them, they have bowled well, especially Anwar, even though she's not for 13. She's been in right there, Anwar. Anwar. Here is Boyce just clicking away and picking up a single. She's got to hurry and get into a crease. Had that throw maybe hit the stumps,
Yeah,
I've had to be asking for an interview upstairs. But there's no review system here in this, no television replay, so Boyce might have been okay. Score goes up to 17 without loss. Boyce goes to 14. Williams comes in to strike. And let's see what's going to be happening. Iqbal, in her second over, the left-arm spinner comes in now to bowl to Iqbal, and Iqbal is driving beautifully down the ground. And straight away, she was aggressive enough to get the single, ricocheted off of Iqbal. And the number 18 in Hafiz coming around nicely and picking that one up. Score goes up to 19. So good morning to Johnny, the cameraman, who's just come to upload his photos. And we got some birds on the ground, as you can see here at the Coolidge ground, and the sun has peeped out nicely here. So that's magnificent. Good work so far. 18 without loss. We into over number 4. Boyce relaxes herself. I wonder if she's any affiliation to the late great Keith Boyce. Boyce comes quietly forward. Could ask Petty or Henry Springer something about that one. See if maybe they're family connected. 18 without loss. Say good morning to Milton Small and company. All of those guys in Barbados, they're glued in to their radio and television, Flow TV, flight to delivery, and down the onside. Just for a moment, Sylvester, the body language sort of indicate that Boyce maybe might have overbalanced herself there, and there was maybe a miss stump, but it was outside the line, and the leg stump and the umpire was waving a wide.
Yeah, it was. She overbalanced, and the keeper, fortunately for her, the keeper,
they take the base off.
Yeah.
19 without loss. Here is Iqbal into both the Boyce. Good variation here so far by Iqbal. I like her approach, like her action. She's starting the ball, Sylvester, anywhere between middle and off. And Boyce has to be, and it's just above her eye line, so she has to, think, hey, do I go, do I not go? But the technique so far has looked good. Vanessa Boyce. Iqbal is in now to bowl to Boyce. Boyce is back and looking to stare at, but can't score. Good control here so far by Iqbal. The pressure is mounting here. 19 without loss, but that's okay. The most important thing is that you're here. You need 109 singles over 120 balls. Can't get any easier than that, Sylvester. Iqbal into a second over, not for 6. Start stops. Fire signals dead ball. Verdon Smith. And Jonathan Blade, sorry. Signaling dead ball, as Iqbal really didn't get her rhythm right there. In front of us, we see some security guards who may be heading to work, maybe just went to stretch their legs. Iqbal in now to bowl to Boyce down the onside, and again it's signaler wide. So Iqbal trying something a little different right there.
Seems like she has a little problem with her rhythm. I don't know. The first one she missed the run, and then this one she bowled a wide before. So this over seems like she has a little, but I don't know, a little discomfort with her rhythm or something.
Let's wait and see. 20 without loss. Iqbal in now to bowl to Boyce. Boyce is upset with herself that she maybe didn't pounce on that, but over number 4 comes to an end, and the West Indies are 20 without loss.
Yeah, but good discipline here, bowling here by again this left Iqbal, left arm spinners. The left arm spinners springs are really hitting the areas. They are being consistent, hitting those areas, and a variation in the flight as well. So the left arm spinners are doing the work for both teams so far.
Pressure continuing here. The West Indies would have maybe be expected to get off to a quicker flyer, but the most important thing is that both Williams and Boyce is still there. They can explode in the end. You can't make runs in the pavilion. You've always been told that. 20 without loss. The target is 109. That's what the West Indies women will need to be able to equal the series. As Williams goes down into her strike, she stands up straight and just turns this onto the onside. Picks up an easy single. And so Williams quietly goes up to 4. In fact, it's a no ball, Sylvester. Did they have more feelers out than it'd be interested, or did she overstep? Maybe she overstepped, Sylvester.
I think the fine leg was down and they had 3 out of the circle.
Okay.
The fine leg just came back up. So remember we're still in the power play.
Good move, good onside thinking, Sylvester. They're waving to the scorers. I don't know if to pick it up. So I think the scores are finally acknowledged. 22 without loss. Anwar guilty of, it's not Anwar's fault. It would have been a field restriction there.
The captain, he would have been the captain and
would have
probably
been
the fielder.
Yes, Anwar is in now to bowl to Boys. Boys is having a go at this one there. Just sort of lost the shape there for that one. It was like she indicated earlier, Clark Sylvester, that she was going to hit that to the mid-wicket area. Hope she doesn't feel that she needs to get out now. She just knows that she has to keep batting. She's there. The West Indies will win the game. 23 without loss. She's 15. And she's got a quiet start so far. So she'll have to work on that because the Pakistani captain, Shamin, will be bringing her spin twins in very soon. Anwar in to bowl to Williams. Williams is driving elegantly, but can't beat the fielder at short mid-wicket. I think in that instance there, Sylvester, I would have maybe loved to see Williams maybe just drop the ball with soft hands in front of the short mid-wicket and look to get a single. She was looking to stroke that one. I think it's important that she doesn't soak up too many dot balls. Just drop it and just get a single. Tell boys, listen, let's get moving.
Indeed, Springs. You see, all these things comes with experience. Instead of pushing so hard at the ball because there's nobody at short mid-wicket or far the square, so just wait on the ball and just chuck it there and get an easy single. But all these things will come. They will understand, the nature of scoring runs. One of my leaders back then, Dave Joseph, he says that when you're a batsman, you have batsmen and you have men that score runs.
23 without loss. Good pitched up delivery by Anwar. Searching for that stump. Williams is falling over a little bit there. Didn't keep her balance. Her head was moving there. Like a tickle, and she'd been able to whip that one around there. But because she was falling over, and like I said, the rotation of the strike is going to have to be important. But Williams will learn. 4 from 11. Boys 15 from 18. 23 without loss. The West Indies women's cricket team. The target is 109. Anwar comes in now to bowl to Williams. Williams gets a wide delivery and missed completely. So the pressure mounting here on Rashada Williams. I think it might be nice for her to just take a walk, just compose herself, come back, play what you see. Don't try anything. Don't worry about it. The most important thing is that you're still there. In the end, you could be a hero for the West Indies women's team today. Here she gets a bang-on delivery, can't score, pressure mounting there. So good comeback over there so far by Pakistan. 4 overs completed. No, 5 overs completed, and the West Indies are 23 without loss, Sylvester.
Yeah, indeed. Williams, she's not really as fluent as we saw from the previous innings at the stadium, and she has to understand that you have to battle through spin. Sometimes in batting, you come to a difficult period and you want to try too many things. If you give it time, just even a few deliveries, one good shot, maybe even if it doesn't go to 4, one and things will start going there from you. So she just has to stay focused. Captain and boys, have to keep on reminding her that the partnership is very important. Let's keep our wickets, because that has been one of the main downfall in the last game. We lose wickets too early and too quickly together.
The Pakistan captain now comes into the attack, Sylvester. She's going to bowl a bit of off spin. She's going to start from the media center and goes past the umpire in now to bowl to Boyce, and Boyce just steadily coming forward, having a look at it. And the good thing about this, Sylvester, is that the mid-wicket area is open, so it's going to be pretty enticing for her.
Yeah.
It's the off spinner, and there's a strategic move by Boyce. In fact, I thought she was coming around the wicket, but she's changed. She's going to go over the wicket. Shamin in now to bowl to Boyce. Boyce is back and cracking that, and she missed out there. Good piece of fielding there by the Pakistan fielder. And that was a big save there, Sylvester, because had that gone past the backward point, he would have been racing away to the boundary for 4. And Boyce just getting over it, hammered it.
Well, the strong one of Pakistani's strong point is the feeling, the energy, and even bad deliveries. They have a good feeling opportunity, and that was one of them. That would release a bit of pressure there from Boyce and Williams, but good feeling. this is the nature of at this level that you have to really work and work hard for your runs.
Williams just coming forward to a flighted delivery, gets another delivery, shorter wide, and Williams positioning Sylvester when she's playing that back foot shot. Her right foot is pointed to cover as compared to Boyce, whose right foot is pointed to backward point. So Williams is more or less being cramped here, and she's getting a little frustrated. She's 4 for 15. Shaman comes in now to bowl to Williams. Williams is back and punching that down to long on, picking up an easy single. And Imtiaz comes off of the boundary and just lobs it into Shaman.
I think Shaman learned from when she was batting how the left arm spinner they were bowling a bit slower, you know, and she comes on now and she realized that, you know, the slower you bowl at this,
especially with the breeze, it does something. Boyce gets a nice flighted delivery. She was in two minds, but the most important thing is she came forward. 6 overs bowled, and the West Indies almost ending up in a stranglehold at 25 without loss. Sylvester, they seem not to be able to find the boundaries so far in the power play.
Well, it's I would say it's similarly to when Pakistan were batting. They were, I think, about the same total, less for about 4. So it was a very slow period between the West Indies team. They were on top. The feeling was buzzing. The bowlers were doing well, and the Pakistani batters, they fought you and end up with a respectable total in the end. So, you know, sometimes it's a copycat type of game where you copy from the opposition. Shamelessly, I would say. You know, but at the end of the day, the result is very important.
Very, very, very important. Pakistan ringing the changes here.
The good thing for the West Indies team that they haven't really lost the wicket as yet.
So Mahim Tariq will start for the Pakistan team, and she did bowl with some pace in the first game. She'll start from the Citizen by Investment Unit end here in St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda.
She looks like a really fast bowler though.
She certainly is.
Built, she's tall. Even, you know, she walks with a bit of confidence as well, and she bowls with a bit of aggression.
Naida Khan is just saying, hold on. And in fact, she goes there now. Khan, she was maybe just looking around the field. Here is Tariq just being turned onto the onside by Williams, picking up a couple of runs down to the leg side. And welcome runs that the West Indies certainly would need. We sort of give the confidence to Williams to be able to start getting on her bike. She has to be able to now begin to rotate strike now and turn it over. Sylvester was saying, look to get some singles, even though you're maybe not getting the boundaries, get some singles. But I like the approach of Tariq, who's really running in hard here. Mahim Tariq bungs away now to bowl to Williams, stands up straight and defends nicely. Could have punched that a little bit more because she got in line nicely. Williams is 7. The West Indies is 27 without loss. They don't want to get too far behind. Their current run rate is 4.26. So they have to be up with the run rate, because that is going to be very important. And Boyce, who is the little bit more attacking player, would want to be able to get some more strike, if possible. Boyce is driving but can't score. She'll look a bit into a sort of straight up position. She didn't lean into that. She didn't get that stride out as compared to Sohail. Don't know if you remember Sylvester. Sohail got that big stride out there and was able to stroke it past cover. Williams would need to be able to get that left foot out to the pitch of the ball, stay over it and just stroke it away. But she's concentrating. She's working hard. 27 without loss. Williams, Rashada Williams, she's 7. Tariq into both to Williams, and Williams playing a cross-batted shot, just as Sylvester was talking about. See where her feet ended up? And she would be advised to be able to play the ball into the offside, because that really was a no-nothing shot.
Yeah, you can see the tension. You can see the tension because she's not really scoring or even getting off the strike. You can see that the tension. She's tightening up. Got the ball even before where she's trying to hit the ball too hard, and that tends to happen when you're putting a bit of pressure and you're not scoring. You try to tense up and hit the ball harder than you should.
Tariq, big fast bowler from Pakistan, in now to bowl to Williams. Williams is beating all ends up inside out. She's neither forward nor back, and her confidence, the pressure is mounting here, and the Pakistan team, they're really putting the pressure on Rashada Williams, and straight away Captain Venus the boys comes down and just gives her some assurance and says, come on, you can bat, this is your day.
And that is what partnership is all about. You should sense as a non-striker what your partner is feeling, and give a good word of encouragement. Keep going, keep your eyes on the ball. Just a simple word will help them.
Tariq in now to bowl to Williams. Williams is driving beautifully to cover. And we'll get a couple of runs here. Don't think he will have the legs to go into the boundary. And there's big effort there. They come back hard for 3 runs. That's well run in the end, Sylvester. Over number 7 completed. And the West Indies are 30 without loss.
Yeah, and I mean, that will, I think, give Williams a bit more confidence. That one was there. And, she stroked that one. And that's what it's all about. Just stay. When things look bleak and you keep fighting, I mean, you never know. 2 or 3 balls down the line, you wonder if the same player. If you're the same player, you just have to give it time. They're in control in terms of they haven't lost the wicket as yet. So I think that is important. That with the wicket intact, you can catch up. You can catch up. It's 2020 cricket, and if you keep going, you will catch up.
Boyce is 16, Williams is 10. She's growing in confidence. Gajnabi due to come next. Don't know if she will be needed, because these two maybe might just decide that, listen, we got to bat all 20 overs and we're going to win this game for the West Indies. 30 without loss. We want to say, good morning, Anwar. 3 overs, no maidens. Not for 11. Iqbal 2. Not 7 not. Shamin 1 not 2 not. And Tariq, some 5 runs coming off of that over there.
I think and Springs, when you look at the required runs, I mean, it's 79 runs to win from 70 something balls. So I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, runs per ball, you would say West Indies A team is in control.
Here is a delivery by Williams, just looking to turn onto the leg side, not being able to pick a single up there. Shamin looking to keep the pressure up on Williams. Shamin starting from the media center end, goes past Jonathan Blades. Simple run up, nothing too much. She's in now to bowl to Williams. Williams is driving, gone past the short middle wicket fielder. They get a couple of runs here if she wants. Williams is going to come back, and Boyce easily coming back there. The fielder there in number 9 for Pakistan, Anwar. Maybe just diving over the ball a little bit. She's also got to be careful. Don't get fooled by the grass that you see here.
Yeah. Especially she's on the turf.
On the turf itself.
Yeah, one of the turf there.
Yeah, so she's got to be careful. Williams goes up to 12. Shamin comes in to bowl to Williams. Into bowl to Williams. Flight to delivery. She's driving down the ground. Lovely to Imtiaz. So Williams goes to 13 and the score goes up to 33 without loss. It now brings Boyce into strike on 16. The target is 108. That's what the Pakistan team, West Indies team will need. They scored 108 for 5 off their overs. Good spirited knock there from the Pakistan team. Just even get up to 100 psychologically. Shamin in now to bowl to Boyce. Boyce is turning this into the leg side and picking up an easy single. So in the meantime, Anwar has a lot of work to do in that short middle wicket area.
Yes,
good rotation of the strike, Sylvester, sorry.
Indeed, man. I mean, when you check it, it's like 73 balls for 75 runs. And when we still have 10 wickets in the shed. So if you're looking at it on that perspective, I think that the West Indies, they're after a good start, 34 without loss. And you just have to check per ball. And ball is an event. Every ball is an event in T20 cricket.
Shamin comes into bowl to Williams. In out to bowl to Williams. Williams again getting fancy. She just needs to get that right foot to stay parallel to the crease so that she could be able to find that gap. Because the right foot is pointing more or less to cover. She just needs to get that to stay side on and punch that ball past backward point. When she can work on that, it will be important. Here she going across the line there, just almost lost her shape, but she got a single. And she will tell me, Mr. Springer, I got a single. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. I mean, the last 6-7 deliveries, she gets about 7, 8, 10 runs. So things are looking up. I mean, she was struggling up the previous balls, but she's catching up, and it's a bit she's flowing a bit more now. So that is a good sign for the West Indies A team, and a good confidence booster.
Bernard Joseph has had to bring out some hats because the wind is so strong here, Sylvester. They've gone for what we call the baseball style hats.
And get rid of the flappies.
Well, the flappies.
This is not the weather for
this
the
is not the floppy season. This is hurricane season, Sylvester. 35 without loss.
No flapping. If you left your roof flapping,
It'll be gone.
It's gone.
Gone in a hurricane season.
Yes, you have to know the season.
You got to know the season.
Yeah, you got to know the season.
And Danny and Blades seem to have got it wrong. They have to understand that this hurricane season.
Yeah. Well, eventually, before it gets too, too bad, they change.
They certainly have to. Williams is in strike on 14. Waits for a delivery now. She's back and looking for a single. Certainly at one. Played that ball just a little bit too hard, and Boyce has run out. She backed up too far. She was looking for a single there, Boyce, and really didn't get back fast enough. The urgency there, she didn't get back. And Williams hesitated, and this is what Sylvester was talking about. Just soft hands. She was out to play the ball a little bit too hard, didn't stop it. Boyce walks back dejectedly, run out, backing up a little bit too far, couldn't get back. And the West Indies have lost their first wicket via the run out route. Vanessa Boyce run out. Something you really don't want to see, Sylvester.
Yeah, and I think it was quite disappointed. If they had, if gone through, I believe that they would have made it, But Williams, with her, it was a bit a lackadaisical way of moving. She stopped, and it was very difficult. The boys was on full chattel, and to stop and get back, it was difficult, and it was a direct hit spring. So Williams, I think, she was struggling, and things started to get come to her. So she has to be more precise in her calling. We see in the Pakistan innings too. They have such eye contact springs, communication with each other. When you go, you go. But when one party is going another one, that is where the problem starts.
So the West Indies have lost their first wicket. Williams will have to now continue to soldier on. In the meantime, and already Mangro is coming, but Mangro is she's already turned blind, Sylvester. So she started wrong. That's something that she'll have to work on. She's got some energy. She'll face her first delivery. West Indies losing their first wicket via the run out with their captain.
I saw her from the last game. She turning blind very often. Sometimes you look at the ball and know, but I see that she's turning blind very, very often. That is something that I think the coaches have to look at with her, because at this level you can't turn blind springs. You're going to get one out.
36
more
for
often,
1.
More often than not.
None. Mango gets her first delivery. Let's see what's going to be happening. She's back and looking to turn that up to the short mid-wicket area. And Mango is gone again. Gets a single. Williams is going to have to be
alert.
Very alert to every situation, because Mango is going to be looking to run for everything there. A mishap there in terms of the throw there.
I wouldn't say Springs that she's going to look for everything. I think she's going to look for to run at every opportunity.
I like that one. Williams is going to have to make up her mind today. Again, she's driving but can't beat the short mid-wicket. And who's the short mid-wicket fielder, Sylvester?
I can't see the number.
It looks like it was number 10. I wasn't sure. It might have been number 10, yeah. Nahida Khan it is.
Yeah, she's the clearest of them all.
She's the clearest of the cans. 37 for 1. Mango is 1. Williams in strike. Here is Williams losing her shape. And drop catch. Rarity that you see the Pakistan team drop a catch. And Williams is struggling to get into the crease. And in fact, might have just made it. We need maybe television replay. But I think the Pakistan team know that throw being a little bit more there. And for some reason, Sylvester, Williams turned and struggled to come back for the second run, while Mango is thinking about the third.
Yeah, she's struggling with her running. I don't know what's happening, but she's struggling definitely with her running. I think that was an easy two.
Always two.
Yeah, after she she spilled the catch there, the ball ran off a fairway, and she took a lot of time to get back.
Took a very, very, very long time, Sylvester. Looks as if Zafar would have been the one who maybe might have spooned that one for a little while. Here's Williams again, losing her shape there. She's winding up Sylvester to try to hit the ball hard, but she really just needs to keep her shape. She's unorthodox there. It's, somebody saying you got to hit the ball, but she's not into the right position. So over number, do we have it right? Over number 10 is completed, Sylvester? Nine over 40 for 1. I'm going ahead of myself. West Indies team will fire me. 40 for 1. You'll be saying, what are you saying, Mr. Springer? You want us to...
You want to sneak out over there from them, and I mean,
telling you.
that's important. That's always going to be very important.
Very, very, very important.
Yeah.
Can't do that. 40 for 1. Williams just needs to get her composure, Sylvester.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to check the scoreboard. In this day and age where you have everything on the scoreboard, you need 69 runs from what? 54 balls? How many overs? 11 overs? 11 overs, 66 balls. You have the scoreboard right there, and she's struggling with her form, and I think she's a bit tired. So mentally, she's trying to hit the ball. Everything she's playing now with her bottom hand. Everything is with her bottom hands because she's trying to power the delivery. Is it not necessary? 69 from 66 balls?
She could just rotate and get the singles
You got
right
to
now.
rotate. You got to rotate.
What she has to do is to be able to do deep breathing exercises because Mangro is going to run her, whether she likes it or not. She's 18, Williams, and she's again, just as Sylvester said, she's going across the line right there to tug that one down to Imtiaz at long on. And just her body language, Sylvester. She dropped a catch in the first game, and she looks like somebody who was a mind player. When something happens to her, she doesn't focus. She has to switch on and switch off.
But looking at the game situation, the board is right in front of you. If you look at the required rate, that will help you mentally and take you away from what's disturbing your mind. You focus on what we need to do at this particular time.
Mangro comes quietly forward. Mango, where you going? Remember who you're running with. I think Mango feels that chance so to go in his batting.
Well, Mango is just a live wire. You see it when she's feeling every delivery, every ball she gets in her hand, she must take a throw back to the wicket keeper, and with immense power as well. And the same thing when she's batting. Every delivery that she faces, she's gonna look and she's gonna take. So if you're not conscious, concentrating, you're going to be in problem.
Coming into a third over. Here's Mango driving down to long on. Imtiaz comes off the boundary again. She looks like she's going to be the person who will have to do a lot of work there as compared to Kiana Joseph for the West Indies A team. Imtiaz seems to be the person who will have to do a lot of work here. Mango goes to 2. Williams, the 19, comes into strike. She can't give her hand away. She has to bat. She has to keep batting. Here's Shamin. Williams just losing her concentration. Her body language, Sylvester, doesn't give me that indication that she wants to bat. Even if you're tired, once you're a batter, you can't be tired. You know you're in. Talk to Mali.
As a batter, you shouldn't be tired, but I mean, it happens more often than that.
42 for 1. You don't ever let the opponent know that you're tired. You want to wear them down. Here's Williams with a slug sweep out to the mid-wicket fielder and being able to pick up a single. She's got to be able, in fact, she's just walking gingerly, Sylvester. She's got to breathe. She's a message. Somebody got to say to her, come on, you got to dig deep. All those weeks of training at Coolidge, Viv, and the running, here's where it counts now. Got to be able to muscle memory. Remember that. You got to breathe. 43 for 1. Williams up to 20. Mangro. Let's see what's going to be happening. Shamin, the captain for the Pakistan team today, flight to delivery, and Mangro just chipping this over the short mid-wicket area. And again, who's in contention? Imtiaz again. So over number 10 comes to an end. West Indies are 44 for 1, 44 for 1 in the current situation here. Boyce was run out, needlessly run out, and had Williams been backing up, should have been an easy single. In the end, it didn't take place, and the West Indies, they'll have to be able to bat through this period. Pakistan's 50 in their knock. It came off, as I just go through my notes here, 49 balls, 34 minutes, 4 fours and 1 6. So I'm joined by Marley Richards. Good morning to you still, Marley.
Yeah, good morning, Springs. How's it looking here? You got an interesting one on the cards here.
I think if the West Indies play smart cricket, they can win this game. As Sylvester was talking about onto the scoreboard, there's no really need to be able to panic or put yourself under any pressure.
You get that impression, though. That's what's happening.
Williams has to bat. Mangro is driving, looking to cover with William. Mangro goes in trouble. She's a run out.
Yep.
She was not looking at the ball. And now she's having some choice words with Williams. Williams is, in fact, Mango was stroking the ball, and it really the run was certainly not on. Mali.
Yeah, a bad decision there by Mango, choosing to not really respond to her partner at the other end, and big miscommunication. And Windies lose their second wicket, going down for another run out. That's the second one.
Needless run out, 2 run outs so far. You can't be chasing a total of 109 for victory and have 2 run outs so early in your innings. The communication line, and as Mali and Sylvester were talking about earlier, as you look at terms of game awareness between the Pakistan women cricketers, you could see communication with their eyes and their understanding what they want to do. The West Indians have not sorted that out yet, and game understanding, they will get better as the series go on.
Yeah, it's a developmental series, like we said before, you know, and you almost need to make mistakes as well in order to learn, and we're seeing it right before our eyes. I did come in when I saw this opening pair back the other day, and then with this game here today, it's pretty clear that the opening partnership is vital to this West Indies A women's team in terms of putting up a decent score and also chasing one down.
Rachel Vincent comes into the action, and the umpire, I think, will have to come up very quickly and assist in getting the bails back on. Seems like she's done an excellent job so far.
I tell you what, though, Williams will be feeling extra pressure here, Fern, considering that's the second run out she's been involved in. She's faced quite a few balls. She hasn't gotten the ball away as she would have liked. It's a valuable education here in her cricketing development. Let's see how she gets through it.
Well, she had a few choice words for Mangrove by telling her, you've got to look at the ball and look and see where the ball is going. Let's see if Vincent has a different approach. Vincent, neither forward nor back, was caught onto the crease, and Vincent looks like she's going to be somebody who is going to be the centre to be able to pinch hit.
Well, let's see.
That approach from the first delivery there looks that way. Am I wrong?
Well, let's see. You know, we possibly want to see a bit more intent if that's what you think. But it's interesting to see how this wicket's playing, though, in comparison to the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. It just seems a little bit lower. And not quite as quick. The balls haven't been carrying through for Tariq as much as it did the other day.
This is the first time that they will be playing Mali since the Sri Lankan tour.
Yes,
with the West Indies team. So the ground went under some rehab work.
Looks good, though.
Yeah,
outfield looks brilliant.
Brilliant indeed, yeah. And you know the thing about it, you made a point, Mali. At the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the ball tends to play to pace, and the spinners tend to get a little bit more.
Yeah, we're seeing that.
We saw Hasaranga for Sri Lanka come and create some magic here in the south there. So the Pakistan team would have done their homework to be able to understand what's happening. Even Fabian Allen came and got the ball turned here.
And we saw that in the first innings as well from the Windies women spinners.
Here comes Tariq. Is in now to bowl to Vincent. Vincent again is playing around the line of the ball. 2 songs, Vincent. Umpire Jonathan Randani is not too much very interested in it. So the pressure building here on the West Indies women team. Williams is just saying to Vincent, hey, take your time. You got to be a little bit more tighter in your approach here. If you're coming forward, get forward, because if you miss, Mr. Ramdani is going to be sending you back to the pavilion.
For sure, and Tariq's bowling between wicket and wicket, and she's doing a very good job here, considering maybe the conditions aren't as favourable as they were the other day for her. She's done a brilliant job going at bowling 2.4 overs for 10 runs.
This is her third over. She comes in out to bowl to Vincent. This time Vincent is driving, can't score. Good dot ball.
Pressure.
44 for 2. West Indies. Pakistan fighting back here. 2 powerful cricketing nations. It's not happening with the men, but it's happening with the women. Trust me.
I must say I like the look of Renee's Boyce, though. What do you think of her as a batter?
Renee's Boyce is a good player.
Very good player.
Very, very, very good player. Very organized. And I think is going to be one for the future.
Yeah, I just think
women team.
Her fitness is next. You know, she can improve her fitness.
She has lost some.
Yeah, as she gets better as well. You know, yeah, her performances will get even better.
Tariq is now to bowl to Rachel Vincent, into bowl to Vincent. Vincent again is tucking this one across the line there. So they're looking for 2 runs. Is it going to be on? No, Vincent won't be able to. She's not interested in that, and I don't think she's going to come back for that at all. And so Vincent is off the mark. Over number 11 is completed. 45 for 2. Mali, how you see this game?
Interesting game at this point in time. The Pakistan team would be quite confident here at this stage. You know what we're seeing from the Windies batters. The Pakistan team will think they've got enough to restrict this team to under 108.
Certainly. 45 for 2. going to be game on situation here. And I think Williams will really have to begin to search her mind to figure out, how do I approach this? Got a good start, 35 without loss, 2 for 44. You know, we had a 9-wicket partnership. We lost 2 wickets to Roland out. Shamin is 3 not, 11 not, and she's going to bowl her 4th over. So she's going through with the numbers to be able to make sure that we get this one out of the way very quickly.
Yeah, like you guys said earlier, she's recognized the role that the spinners can play, especially in this stage of the game, and she's done it. She put her hand up and done a very good job.
Shamin, not for 11 from 3. She will start, and she's going to bowl to Rachel Vincent. Let's see what this contest is going to be like. Flighted. Vincent is scooping this one up, and she gets an easy wicket. That's a nothing shot there from Vincent. Right hand again. She just scooped it. It's almost like she was just saying, it's catching practice. Let me just hit this one nice and easy to you.
Yeah, interesting innings there from Vincent. You know, she faced 5 dot balls in the previous over, got a single off the last one, and
Phase 4.
No, 5 dot balls, single off the 4 dot balls. Sorry, single off the last one, and in the previous over, in the next over, just manages to bunt one to a short mid wicket, not the intent you want to see at this stage of the game. You know, you said you thought possibly she would have been put in that role to pinch it. We didn't see it at all.
It wasn't there to pinch.
Nah, no intent at all. It's just been prods.
So the West Indies losing another wicket, a needless wicket that they needed to lose. 45 for 3. Shamin is excited. She just flighted that one up and knew that once she put that one into the right area, that something was going to give. Who we've got here now, Mali? Gajnabi?
Yeah, it looks like Shabika Gajnabi.
Gajnabi, and she's an accomplished player. She got 20 in the last game, except that she almost sounded like she ran out of gas.
Yeah,
Gajnabi should have come before Vincent.
for sure. She was
like
promoted. She was promoted.
What I thought the intent was, but I don't think it happened today.
We
the
didn't
fireworks,
see it. We didn't
fireworks
see it.
didn't come off. So let's see what's going to be happening. Let's see what's the approach going to be like from Gajnabi. Shamin.
It's a good decision in theory, but it didn't come off.
Certainly didn't come off. Williams now in the meantime, she would have had enough time to get exposure. She's seen 3 wickets fall around her. And Gajnabi looks a little bit more accomplished player. She's somebody who's going to work the ball around. Straight away she's back. And Williams is... There's got to be a game awareness. Williams, come on, we've got to be able to move. Williams is 20 from 35. And she didn't get out of the way there just a while ago.
Yeah, not showing the urgency that you'd expect at this stage of the game.
Let's wait and see what's happening. Shamin is into a 4th over, 1 for 11. Should be excited. The Pakistan women's captain. Here is Gajnabi punching down to long on. That's a good cricket shot. You hear the sound of the bat there?
Yeah.
Pop. That's what you want to hear.
But Williams is key here, though. She was key in the previous game. It was key for her to bat through the 20 overs and put up a good score. But today she's got to do it again. You know, she's on 20 from 35, but she's got to be there for the majority of this innings.
Shamin should want to end strong. She doesn't want to give anything away. She's in out the ball to Williams. Williams is back, and where is she going? Is certainly not on. Williams just needs to be able to keep her composure. What is your strengths? What is your weaknesses? Your strength, I don't think, and Sylvester has identified that already. She's not strong on the offside. So you tell that she's a little limited in playing the ball in that area, and Shamin has worked that out. She's bowling more or less just down that off stump line right there. Flighted. That's her strength. She's going to look to be able to go around the line of the ball. Can she get to there?
But that's the big side, you know, against the wind.
Against the wind. She only got 1 run there. Shamin saying to her fielders, let's keep the pressure on here. Let's bowl to Williams as much as possible. I have her now on the non-strikers end. Let me try and see if I can end strongly here to Gajnabi. So Gajnabi is a different player. 47 for 3. She's 1. Williams is 21 from 37. The West Indies needs 62 from 49 balls. Let's wait and see what's going to be happening. Gajnabi just looking to make a little blunder, a little change, and saying to her, listen, just hold up. Let me just see what's going on. Let me get my composure going here. Shamin comes in now to bowl to Gajnabi. Gajnabi's back and punching that, but can't beat the fielders on the offside. Over number 12 is completed. Pakistan look like they're large and in control. West Indies are 47 for 3. West Indies needs 62 from 48 deliveries. 47 for 3. Game on.
We're seeing a different type of innings here from from Williams today, and I think the conditions have a lot to do with it. Seems like she prefers the ball coming onto the bat. Up at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, the pitch was more conducive for that, and she stroked the ball nice, and she was more fluent. Here today, with the spinners coming on and the ball not necessarily coming onto the bat as much as she would have liked, as she likes, she's just struggling a little bit, but she's still there. All this is part of cricket education. She has to know how to adjust to different conditions.
Game awareness, just to keep talking to herself,
and still be effective,
don't beat up on herself. Here is Williams driving this one in the air and gave her hand away. That's a poor shot by Rashada Williams. No need for that shot there. This is just only 12 overs have been bowled. You have 48 deliveries, to get 62 runs, and she just scooped that up into the air.
Yeah, you could tell that she was feeling the pressure. Vern, we were noting her body language from out here, and she was feeling it, and something almost had to give though. She was at that stage where she had to get on with it, and her execution just let her down at that point in time. She was aiming for the right side of the field, going with the breeze, but she didn't time it as well as she would have liked, and West Indies in further trouble here.
Mali, she's already faced 37 deliveries. She has another 48. If she faced the other 20, West Indies win the game.
Yeah, but she'd have to face that 20 being positive with her intent, not just batting, Like you said, it's 48 deliveries, 68 runs. She has to get on with it. Her execution let her down. I mean, this is T20, and you have to score runs in quick time.
So, 47 for 4. And out comes Quiana Joseph, left-hander. And she's also a busy player. But the thing about it, Mali, why I was saying to you that Rashida Williams didn't need to get out, it takes some time for you to be able to get in on these tracks here, both at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium and the Coolidge Cricket Ground. So if you're in, it's shown that you have to be able to stay in, because Mali Richards coming in takes a little time for him to start.
That's for sure. But I think what we saw is her pretty much struggle for 40 deliveries.
Into Boto Gajnabi. And Gajabi stands up straight. That hit the deck there, hit the splice of the bat right there. She had to defend that one very quickly. That had some juice on it, Mali.
We saw her bowl some quick shot deliveries in the previous game. And she bent her back on that one and just managed to surprise Gajnabi. But she was up to the task and just blocked it into the offside.
47 for 4. The West Indies need 62 runs in 46 deliveries. It's all happening here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the home of West Indies cricket. Tariq comes in now to bowl to Gajnabi. Gajnabi gets a delivery. 2 songs. Lucky with that one. Had she not got an inside edge there, it would have been cuttings for her. And there's a little area that you want to bowl, and Tariq has been able to pick the lengths up in terms of where she's bowling in that area. If you just bowl it in a little 3/4 length, it hits the splice, and if you're just a little fuller, then it tends to keep a little low.
Very consistent. Very consistent.
And Tariq has worked that out with her pace. Gajnabi will have to fight here. Who's going to be the hero for the West Indies here? Tariq into bowl to Gajnabi. Gajnabi pitched up again. She can't get the elevation to drive that one. This is going to be a good contest here. And Tariq is warming up herself for this one here. And normally, Mali, there's always a situation where you always want to go for a big player. Gajnabi is the big player here for the West Indies women team. The other big player would have been Boyce. She's back into the pavilion, and you could see Tariq working up some steam and say, I'm going to knock you over today.
Yeah, she's putting up her hand and putting in a pretty good performance, working really hard and being very consistent with the basics.
Here is Gajnabi driving beautifully. Won't have the legs to go for 4, but I think
easily.
It will. Touches the boundary now. That's a lovely cricket shot by Gajnabi. Beautiful shot. And Tariq knows that she was a little wide, and she was guilty. She straight away kicked herself and said, no, can't give you that weight. Got to be bang on target. Let's see what the reply will be like.
Yeah.
Boundary that the West Indies needed, brought up their 50, and they're 51 for 4 in over number 13.
Her line just there presented with the Gajnabi. She hasn't presented with very much at all in her spells in the 2 games that we've seen thus far, and presented a wide delivery there to Gajnabi, which the West Indies needed to put away to try and get some momentum going here.
Tariq in out the boat to Gajnabi. Gajnabi hitting that down to long on. The West Indies 50 coming off 81 balls, 56 minutes, 3 fours, as compared to the Pakistan 50. Mali.
Mm.
When we look through the stats, it was just a little bit more quicker. Single there to Ghaznabi. At the end of over number 13, the West Indies are 52 for 4. Ghaznabi is 6. And Kiana Joseph was not faced the delivery yet. Is not. Tariq has completed her 1 for 16 from her spell.
Brilliant spell there. Apart from that delivery where she just presented that width to Ghaznabi, she hasn't bowled any boundary deliveries, if I can remember, just only one. So and quite a few dot balls, and dot balls are a premium in T20 cricket. So she's done her job here.
So if we make comparison, Mali, to the West Indies 50 and the Pakistan 50. Pakistan's 50 came off 49 balls, 34 minutes, 4 fours and 1 6. The West Indies 81 balls, 56 minutes, 3 fours,
Massive
and
difference.
no sixes.
Massive difference there, and quite a few dot balls here by the West Indies. Just only 13 overs bowled, and just struggling to really score at a rate to put this Pakistani team under pressure. Thus far, it's been the Pakistani team applying most of the pressure to the Windies batters.
Certainly. So the contest will continue. Who we've got here now? We've got number 45. We'll be able to come and
Sadia Iqbal.
And they sneak a single here. Ms. Ghaznabi. In fact, she get a couple of runs right here. So the left arm spinner.
Yet another one.
Another one. Well, she would have bowled already before. So
no, I'm saying
in
just
terms of the game.
Yes, on both teams. Yeah.
So we got 4 that we've seen today. I don't know if they maybe got another one in the hut somewhere, which we don't know anything about. 55 from 41 balls. 54 for 4. Iqbal is into a third over, in out to bowl to Ghaznabi. Ghaznabi is back on the stair and is down to third man. They'll pick up a couple of runs here. She's turning blind, Ghaznabi, and she's got to work on that very early o'clock. Let's get that bat into her left hand. She turned all around there with her back turned to the play. Well, I think she was just so excited to be able to just get 2 runs. In the meantime, Joseph was not yet faced the delivery. He's on the non-striker's end. She'll have to be ready. West Indies need 53 from 40 balls, 56 for 4. Ghaznabi is on 10.
Where's your Vitamalt now, Vern? Let me hear.
I wouldn't even think about betting a Vitamalt today. But I think I would bet a sugar cake.
Okay, a sugar cake. Okay.
56 for 4. Iqbal is going to move in now to bowl to Ghaznabi.
You like your sugar cakes?
I like the sugar cakes, boy.
Okay, man.
Very important. Iqbal comes in now to bowl to Ghaznabi, and that is signal a wide.
Yeah, and we've seen Ghaznabi just struggle in the last game when she had to run quite a few 2s and 3s and quick singles, just struggle with her fitness, and then that affect her decision making with the bat. Let's see how she approaches it here today.
It's going to be a different game. Ghaznabi could be the hero for the West Indies women's team here today. Iqbal in out the bowl to Ghaznabi. Ghaznabi driving down the ground. Our good friend comes into control. This is Imtiaz.
Yeah, Imtiaz down there.
Wearing the number 23. That's a big number. That's a Michael Jordan number. I wonder if she...
Iconic number.
I wonder if she likes Michael Jordan. I must get a chance and ask her, how did you come up with number 23?
True. Interesting.
Very interesting. 51 from 39 balls. Ghaznabi is 11. Joseph now comes into strike. She's a left-hander.
She looks powerful.
She does. Let's see if she has some power.
I mean, West Indies need some power hitting here. 51 off 39. Just to get this game back in their favor.
And she scoops this one up and to the leg side and gets a single. Sort of gingerly just moves around there. She didn't get too fancy. In fact, it's Quiana Joseph, we said, when we hoping that she could be able. She has a sort of look like a Pope, a Gideon Pope. has the same stature.
She looks powerful, powerful hitter.
Whether she can clear the boundary here today or not, we don't know. 50 from 38 balls, the pressure mounting. Iqbal is so far into a third over, not for 14. Left arm spinner from the meter center and into both to Ghaznabi. And Ghaznabi driving. She didn't really get the elevation on that one. Needed to come out and hit that on the full. Sort of almost yoked herself. And once you get there, the West Indies senior team shouting, come on Ghaznabi. Pressure mounting. 2 runouts to lose in your first 4 wicket haul is always put the pressure on you. Iqbal in out the ball to Ghaznabi. Ghaznabi is back and looking to stay that into the offside. Can't get a run.
And the pressure mounting here, Mali. I can't bet the Vitamol today.
Yeah.
14 overs bowled, 59 for 4.
Well bowled again there from Sadia Iqbal, just going for 14 from her 3. Playing a good role here. The West Indies further and further behind the 8 ball. But they've got 6 wickets in hand. You know, it's important that they somehow manage to keep scoring at a reasonable rate, but keeping those wickets in hands to possibly launch a little later and try and get up to this winning total of 109.
But the thing about cricket, Mali, and you and Bouncing know this, is that partnerships are important.
A key.
So they had an open partnership of 35, 44, 45, 47. If you're chasing 108, you know, you have to have an anchor, and that's an anchor. And that's why I thought that Rashida Williams'
yes,
wicket.
that's a good point. I was just going to say that. I agree with you on that. You know, seeing how the game's gone forward.
Yeah, no need. No, that shot was certainly not on. You stay there. It's a psychological pressure on Pakistan team because they're saying, hey, what's going to be happening?
She should have still been looking to knock the ball around, you know, and doing that, you know, she would have gotten more acclimatized to the conditions.
Especially with somebody like Gajnabi who's coming. You would have been able to ease that pressure off of you.
For sure, for sure.
You've got to be game awareness. And that's what we're talking about, game understanding. But again, we continue to saying they have to learn on the job very, very, very quickly. They need 50 from 36 balls. Something special has to happen. It means now that Kiana Joseph has to be able to come up with some lusty blows that can be able to put the pressure back on the Pakistan team. Where they're going to get a boundary from, that is going to be important here. Let's see what's going to be happening with 6 overs to go. 59 for 4.
I mean, West Indies still in with a very good shot. You know, 50 off 36. It just takes a couple hits to bring this rate coming tumbling down.
Imtiaz, our good friend, has now gone from long on to the CIUN to bowl. Pretty interesting. 59 for 4. Let's see. She looks like she's a little medium pace bowler, so she's maybe a little live wire in the field. Also, like Mangru. Mangru will be very disappointed with herself. I wonder how they're going to maybe temper Mangru in terms of her batting, because she just wants to go. She keeps going all the time. Imtiaz in now to bowl to Joseph. Joseph stands up and spanks that, but can't score as he hits that up to Shamin, the captain of the Pakistan team today. Pakistan looking to go 2-0 up. West Indies looking to level the series as Imtiaz has just bowled a dot ball. Every dot ball is pressure. And Mali and Sylvester Bounce and Joseph, they would know about those pressure situations. They've played in many circumstances before. Down the onside, and she's just turning that and almost just took off. Didn't even look to see where the ball was. She just played it and just took off. But in the end, quite comfortable single. So Joseph goes to 2, and Gajnabi is on 11 from 13. West Indies need 49 from 34 balls.
And Imtiaz here just a little slower than Tariq. Just that they're a bit more tougher to get away, get the ball off the strike, off the square, and pretty good bowling change here from the skipper, I'd say. Just ringing the changes and keeping everyone, keeping the Windies batters off balance.
Say good morning to the folks in Guyana, in Jamaica, Billy Haven, and Jamaica Cricket Board President, all the folks who are glued in, and thanks very much for your support so far. Dr. Shallow, you stay under the weather. Here is Gajnabi picking up a single, smacking this down to long on. The West Indies fighting back here, 61 for 4.
No real pace on those deliveries. Gajnabi just struggling to time that one and just dragging it into the onside.
So good morning to the West Indies men's senior team. Congratulations, guys, on tying up the series. That big game on Saturday to bring the bacon home. Imtiaz bowling to Kiana Joseph. And Joseph can't score. She was in 2 minds. She's got that power. She's got that gap right there, Mali. She's got to be able to come forward and stroke that, because Imtiaz is just an ordinary medium pace bowler. And I say that it's not the same thing as facing Tariq, who's got a little bit more pace. So she could be confident enough to get onto that front foot and hit that ball to the gap and be able to get a single.
She's proving hard to time, though, her lack of pace,
Here's Joseph just turning this one onto the leg side, down to long on. They're looking for 2 runs. The running not being good at all here. The communication between the West Indian batters has not been good at all. They need 47 from 31. Joseph goes to 3. Gajnabi is 12 from 14.
And this is where, coming back to your point, if a Rashada Williams is still there, she would be the person to really just look to knock this bowler around the ground and possibly pick up 7, 8 runs and over without taking undue risk.
Imtiaz comes in now to bowl to Gajnabi. Gajnabi is driving down to long on. And she winded up to hit that one there, sort of cross-batted shot. That's not really her strength, really. Her strength is on the offside. You've seen that she's a good driver. 15 overs bowled, 63 for 4. 63 for 4. Gajnabi is 13. Joseph is 3. West Indies need 46 from 30 deliveries.
Yeah, good over there by Imtiaz, only going for 4. You know, this run rate continues to climb. We're seeing some intent, but not managing to find the gaps and pick up the boundaries that are required at this point in time.
So the game and the stage is set. Pakistan so far, they've used 5 bowlers and they've maintained those 5 bowlers, and they're very disciplined in their approach. Some 5 extras. The West Indies lost Boyce 35, 44, 45, 47. That's what it is. 63 for 4. That's the action has been happening. We had Boyce, and then we lost Mango, then we lost Vincent, and then we lost Williams. So they got to be able to get a lot better in terms of their approach here. They need 46 from 30 balls, 46 from 30. Gajnabi, we've got a new bowler now. Number 11, Sohail, is going to try her arm over. And she goes past the umpire now, comes in now to bowl to Gajnabi. Gajnabi is slugging this one across into the middle fielder area. And because Joseph is not a good runner, he was only down to be able to get 1 run. When the ball goes into the deep Mali, they've got to be able to be figuring out how they're going to get 2 runs.
Yeah, and they've got a target. They've got to come up with the decision pretty quickly about which ball. Yeah, it's all Pakistan now.
43 from 24.
Yeah, it's all Pakistan now in terms of the support that you're hearing coming through the feed. You know, the Pakistan women's senior team and the support staff there are in rapturous voice because their teams coming through and really putting this Windies A women team under pressure, and we're in for a fabulous end to this game.
Gajnabi is 15, but she's not in strike. No, she is in strike. Joseph and the non-strikers at 66 for 4. Imtiaz, we've been allowed to get away here. Gajnabi more or less playing out of context in terms of her approach. Here comes Imtiaz, and she's bowler! Played all around the line of it, and she came up with a Fidel Edwards action. She said you didn't see that one.
You can't see me.
You can't see me.
That's brilliant there.
Gajnabi is bowled out of contact, pressure on her, and something that she really you know, not out of her row. That's not really her style.
Yeah. And we highlighted it earlier. Very good captaincy from Shamim there to bring Imtiaz on, especially from that end. That was the end that's been keeping a little low. She's got the slightly slingy action. You mentioned Fidel Edwards there. She's got a slightly slingy action, and the ball doesn't quite get up in terms of bounce. And the Windies batters have struggled to get under her and really make her pay. It looks pretty innocuous from out here in terms of her pace and whatever, but in these conditions she's proving quite difficult to get away, and with the added bonus of getting a wicket.
66 for 5. West Indies need 43 from 23 deliveries. Imtiaz into a second over. Pick it up 1 for 1. 66 for 5. Fraser comes out. Cherry and Fraser.
Yeah, she's shown some ability with the ball. She's had her issues in terms of the extras she's conceded, but let's see what she can do with the bat here.
66 for 5. Imtiaz in now to bowl to Sharon Fraser, and she's looking to turn that one. Somebody could be in trouble here if she picks up and she hit. Joseph could be run out. She's out, run out. Oh! The West Indies are falling down like Pringles here. Joseph run out. Where was she going? I don't know.
Yeah, once again, poor communication. You know, he didn't hear the communication. Sherry and George just on her back foot, ball watching a little bit. Kiana Joseph running down and got sent back a little too late, and direct hit. And you know, when you have direct hits, more often than not, the batsman's out. So very good cricket here from Pakistan. Their out cricket is standing up in these pressurized conditions. Really doing well.
Yeah, so 3 runouts in one day. 3 runouts in one day in the innings. 66 for 6. All sixes. Can we get some sixes here, Mali?
Well, that's what the Windies need. They need to get some 4s and 6s pretty quickly in order to try and get to this total.
Wow. Here is Sherry Fraser driving up to the fielder inside the 25-yard circle. She's off the mark, so she gets a single very quickly. And Sugrim comes into the action.
Yeah, and based on what we saw from her the other day, she's not going to go down meekly. She came out in game 1 and looked to get on with things, hit a boundary. And today her teams are going to need her to play pretty similarly, but to be there at the end as well.
Fraser is 1, Sugrim, Steffi Sugrim. They need 42 in 21 balls. Imtiaz into bowl to Sugrim. Sugrim is driving. Sort of looked a little organized. Sort of look from this vantage point, she looks like a Affy Fletcher with her long hair. Grouping around right there. 67 for 6, 42 from 20 balls. No helmet, no cap. Don't think she needs any of those. Some folks outside the stadium just looking at it. Here is Sugim driving down the ground on the offside, looking for 2. Where they're going again? The West Indies are just hitting the ball and running.
I mean, yes, you got to be looking to put pressure onto the fielders, but Windies have been pretty suicidal in terms of their running today. Three runouts in one innings is definitely too much.
Both batsmen on 1. They need 41 from 19 balls. Imtiaz is into her second over. 1 for 6 so far. 68 for 6. And Sherry Fraser's in strike now. She's having a go at this one. Hits inside out a boundary that the West Indies need. Will they get this one? It does. It crosses the line now. That's a lovely cricket shot by Sherry Fraser.
Running down that hill with the breeze as well, just what the West Indies needed. They've been falling further and further behind in terms of the run rate, and 4 runs, welcome 4 runs to the total, but they need a few more of these pretty quickly.
Well, at one time it was all 6s. I thought that we could have got some 6s. So Sherry Fraser maybe still got some intent. 37 from 18 balls, but I don't know if she could be a Kyron Pollard here and win the game.
Wow.
That's a big ask for her.
Very big ask. If you remember Kyron Pollard, it was 6 sixes he hit, wasn't it?
Yes.
Against,
right
the bowler was, who was it again? Sri Lankan bowler.
Oh my gosh.
Can't remember his name at this point in time.
Well, it's in the record books. And so, boy, that was a day that we witnessed history right here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, the home of West Indies cricket. West Indies need 37 from 18 balls, Mally Richards. 72 for 6. Here is a hoik into the offside by Sugrim, and she gets a single, and she's maybe saying, well, Sherry Fraser, you're the left-hander, you come in to strike and you look to take her on and hit her
And
into
target
the pool.
that smaller boundary. Yeah.
With Sohail, sort of little unique actions, Mally. She starts and then she, you know when you're learning to bowl,
Yep.
and then she kind of frustrates you, and everybody's picked up the style of Shivnaran Chandapal, marking the guard with their bail.
And a Ronnie saw one as well, you know.
Certainly, 73 for 6. Say good morning to SARS. And Ghana is now a chief selector for the Ghana Jaguars. Congratulations, SARS. Sean Devers, how are you doing? Sohail comes in now to bowl to Fraser. Fraser is just chipping this onto the onside. I think she might maybe need to get a coach, Mally. A golf coach to be able to chip that.
He says she's got a good short game.
Yes, she certainly. On or about, just saying, hey, just go get in there.
I know a lot of these girls play multiple sports, so
They do?
Yeah,
They just never
who
know.
knows? Yeah.
74 for 6. Fraser is 6. Sugrim is 2. 35 from 16 balls. So here comes it. The ball to Sugrim. Sugrim is clipping this one into the air. The mid-wicket fielder comes in. No pressure on her. Somebody could be in trouble again here. But she gets in the end quite easily. She forgot her bat, but she got over the line. And just for a moment, she thought that she was going to be winded.
Look that way. But to be honest, Sugrim just not being able to capitalize on a full toss there. It happened to her a couple of times when she was bowling. She bowled a couple of full tosses to the Pakistan batters, and they didn't put her away. And we saw what ended up happening. So she's in this situation. She's got to be putting those bad deliveries away.
This time she gets contact onto one and is dropped. And Sugrim is turning blind. And if the throw is direct, she could be in trouble. And Sugrim is, I don't want to say wounded, she's struggling.
Quite surprisingly, actually, but she is. She's come back for another 2 there. Dropped at deep backward square there, and managed to come back for 2 runs. But she's looking pretty winded, Vernon. She's only just come to the crease. She's faced 5 deliveries.
And she looks like Ramisawa, and she's got a Grenickel's bat. Let's see if she could be able to get some fireworks out of this Grenickel's bat, out to the mid-wicket fielder. This time Sugrim is taking a deep breath and saying, hey, Sherry Fraser, she wants some water. She's waving to the pavilion.
She waved. I'm not sure exactly what she
It
wants.
has to be water. It's either Gatorade or water. What else you expect it to be, Maddie?
Or an oxygen tank.
An oxygen tank?
Yeah.
That's a good one. 79 for 6. We all happening right here. Catch your breath. Sherry Fraser, come up with something special. Let's see where you're going to get this one from. And it goes! That's gone! That's a big one! Come up with something special, and Sherry Fraser has answered. I think it's 1 bounce in
4 runs.
4 runs. It
Just
almost just cleared it there. And that's a good positive shot by Sherry Fraser. She goes to 10. Sugrim is on 7. Out comes the Gatorade or the water for Sugrim.
Yeah, just what the West Indies needed there. Fraser's come in and she's shown some intent. You know, well, actually, they've got no other choice. If they want to get up to this winning total, they've got to score these 26 runs in the next 12 deliveries. And in order to do so, you've got to play big shots. You've got to be scoring pretty much 4s and 6s of most deliveries you face.
Mally, international cricket is hard. Sylvester, international cricket is hard. They're getting a rude awakening here.
Yeah, for sure. It's not only just in terms of skills, but what's required physically and mentally. Yeah.
They're getting a rude awakening here.
We did say it's a sport that's growing before our eyes. You know, we're watching these girls actually learn what it's going to take in order to be successful at this level.
And the game has changed scientifically now, so you understand all the happenings in terms of what's been happening behind the scenes. Here is Sugrim going!
6 runs.
6 runs to Sugrim! Do we have a game on here?
Yeah, we do. You see,
Sugrim is gone to 13, and all of a sudden the West Indies senior team
comes alive.
And you see, if you had a little more confidence, you possibly could have been winning a Vitamalt.
I did bet sugar cake.
No, you didn't. You said possibly a sugar cake. We didn't make a bet. But
20 from 11. It's all happening here. Imtiaz.
it's good cricket there from Sugrim.
She's
choosing.
the slow out of
Yeah.
all of the bowlers here. And early o'clock, Sugrim has decided to bring out the long angle. I did say she had a look like Ramesh Rawan, you know, in his stance with his Grenicles bat.
Targeting the short boundary as well.
Yes, and so she decided, listen, it's time to go. Do we have a game on here? They need 20 singles from 11 deliveries. Let's see what's going to be happening. And they're making them wait here, Imtiaz. The captain for the Pakistan team, Shamin, she's making them think. Imtiaz comes in to bowl to Sugrim. Sugrim is gone again. Down the ground, down to long on. She's thinking about 2. No, but I don't think she has the gas to come back for 2. Fraser will have to come up with something special. Which side is she going to target?
This is where being a left-hander possibly doesn't play into her favor in terms of targeting the short boundary.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
If it peels off from outside the off stump,
I
it's going to
mean,
race down to
yeah,
third
but it's not in her favor, you know.
You never know. She might tell you, I'm a Europe singer. Let's wait and see what's going to be happening. Imtiaz in now to bow to Fraser. Fraser driving. Oh, caught! Oh! Elevation there she needed on that shot. Had that gone over cover, it would have been into the boundary for 4. Now she's rehearsing the shot. That's what she needed. This was in the slot, Mali. It just needed the execution.
Exactly, but that's exactly what we were saying there. It's not in the natural scoring, swinging arc of a left-hander. And she did make good contact, but didn't get the elevation that she would have wanted. But Pakistan strike back here, and it's 19 of 10.
Imtiaz is a hero. 2 for 17 so far from her 3 overs, and we thought that she was getting away here. But she looks like she can be able to win this game here. West Indies still in this game.
For sure.
They need 19 from 9 balls, and anything can happen in a cricket game. We've seen people lose by 1 run. We've seen people even tie the game.
Yep.
So we've seen people look, at one point in time, looks like it's not possible. Right now, it doesn't look possible for the West Indies, but you never know what can be happening.
Glorious uncertainty.
Been buckled under the pressure. 90 for 7. Game on here at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. It's 2 powerful cricket nations, West Indies versus Pakistan. The Pakistan, they're shouting 19 from 9. What is going to be happening? And you know that's a good contest between the West Indies senior team and the Pakistan senior team.
Yeah, in terms of who's the more raucous in terms of the support as well. They seem to be competing in that regard as well.
90 for 7. You can hear Cho's stump microphone. Imtiaz comes in now to bowl to Kanisha Isaac. Kanisha Isaac is tearing this down to third man. The most important thing is that she got a single. And almost for a moment, we look like we would have had some curtains there. Shamin almost buckling a little bit to the pressure. The throw was not good at all. Back to the wicketkeeper, Mahida Khan. But in the end, backed up on the offside. 18 from 8 balls. Can Sugin come up with something special? This game is not over as long as she's there. Steffi Sugin. Imtiaz comes in to bowl to Sugin, and that is hammered, and she's out caught. And she's out caught. Sugin really went for that one. She's upset with herself. It was there. And what a game, what a contest we've seen here so far.
Pakistan hit back again. Short wide delivery outside off stump. Sugrim will possibly feel a little disappointed with the fact that she didn't put that one away. Wide ball outside the off stump. No real pace to it, and she just managed to almost just top edge it slightly to that fielder at cover point.
Wow.
And Windies lose another wicket here.
Another wicket. A wicket that they certainly did not need to need.
And she was key, Vern. She's come in 14 of 9 deliveries, really boosted the run rate in quick time, and she would have been key to the West Indies getting a victory here.
I think I need to give her a big clap, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Since the first game, she, along with Mangrove, they've shown some intent in terms of what's happening. Who comes out now? Is it Bruce?
Yep.
So Bruce steps out. Let's see what's going to be happening. Shanika Bruce. Bruce is driving at a wide delivery. Missed it completely. 19 overs bowl. West Indies and
Imtiaz.
91 for 8. Imtiaz for 3 for 18.
only
she
gonna
looked the slow out of all of the seamers, but was effective.
yeah. 'Cause
Sort of remind me of Sylvester bowling some jolly pop medium pace.
I mean, with the conditions that we've seen here today, it's played right into the Pakistani hands because pace on the ball has almost traveled a little bit unless it's been really accurate and in the right areas. But she's come in and bowled her little cutters and bowled just slightly, what do you call it, a little back of a length. No balls really into the in the hitting arc of the Windies batters.
Now you see the importance of why Rashida Williams could have been here.
For
the
sure.
Indies would have won with about 4 balls to spare.
Exactly, you know, it shows you the value of having your top order batsmen in these situations.
Well, the Pakistan captain Shamin has done an excellent job so far. She's brought back one of her main strike bowlers in Anwar. And Anwar is really bowled with some real vigor. Not for 16 from 3. Let's see how she will end.
Pakistan massive favourites from here, I think.
No, sugar cake is on. It's got to be up for the West Indies. Let's see what's going to be happening for the first one. Anwar comes in to bowl to Isaac. Isaac is chipping this one into the leg side, looking for 2. She has to come back for 2. And Bruce is turned blind and she's run out.
It's good cricket, good old cricket.
She's turned blind. And once she turned blind, it was all over. The 4th run out so far for the West Indies in this innings.
And we've seen the differences. Sylvester mentioned it earlier, just how further along it seems that Pakistan are in their development here. Their fielding and their catching in particular, and their bowling is pretty good. Both teams, their women and the senior women's team and this A team struggle a little bit with the bat. But we see just when under pressure, just how their fielding and their catching holds up.
Well, I think going forward, Sylvester and Mali, maybe we have to revisit in terms of our women's program. And we have to get our best women cricket coaches to be able to help us in terms of what we want. So rather than we saying, oh, well, we're leaving the Leewards and the Windwards and company to fight, we have 30 girls here. If we get another 30 and we get Sylvester and we get Sherwin Campbell and we get Henderson Springer and we get them all in a more or less an academy and a setup, I think that might be able to help us in terms of be able to move forward. Because I don't think we have the quality and the pool of players outside like a Pakistan. Here is Isaac. Kanisha Isaac is Shanisha Bruce is who's the one will be facing that
And that
there.
just shows you there, Anwar, 18 bowler here, showing good skills. Running in, bowling a nice little slow cutter there, showing good skills here at the death under pressure, and just shows you how just that little bit further along they are.
And run in now to bowl to Schultz. Schultz
Once again,
clipping this one into the air. Amwa is going to take this catch. She drops it. And in fact, another run out.
she's safe. I
You
think she got in.
You
I
think
think she got in. Yeah, she
Well,
needed to throw.
Your eyes got to be good. And again, here was Schultz turning blind right there and almost had to pull out the dive right there. We've had what, that 4 run-outs so far in the innings for the West Indies?
Yep, far too many. 4 too many.
And we almost had a 5th one there tumbling down in terms of what's going to be happening. 94 for 9. They just need to get up to 100. That would be a psychological effort. And she's bowled
Once again.
with a slow cutter going right across the line. Kanisha Isaac looking to mid-wicket, and the ball was just about down the line of the off-stump. Missed it completely. Pakistan winning the second game in the West Indies A T20 series clash. And what a performance, Mali, by the Pakistan team.
Good skill there from Anwar, but it's not much in these games, you know. It's just this Pakistani team just seemed to be that little bit more polished, that little bit more further along in terms of cricket at this level. But Windies being very competitive and putting up a good fight, and a few decisions here or there either way, and the results could have been very different.
So we look at the scoreboard. Boys run out by Hafiz for 17. Williams caught Zafar Bol Tariq for 21. Mangu run out Shah for 3. Vincent caught Anwar Bol Shamim for 1. Ganjabi Bol Imtiaz for 15. Joseph run out Iqbal for 4. Fraser caught Shamim Bol Imtiaz for 10. Sugrubin caught Tariq Bol Imtiaz for 14. Isaac bowled Amor for 4. And Bruce run out Shoaib without scoring. Schultz not out, not didn't face the delivery. West Indies bowled out for 94 of 19.4 overs, extras 5. That's what we're talking about again in terms of the discipline of the West Indies as compared to Pakistan. And when you're talking about the development of Pakistan cricket, you could see that most of these young ladies are way ahead, and we were talking about the importance of international cricket. The West Indies lost the wickets at 35, 44, 47, 66, 66, 90, 91, 92, 94. Anwar, 3.4 overs, no maidens, 19 runs, 1 wicket. Iqbal, 3 overs, no maidens, 14 runs, no wicket. Shamin, 4 overs, splendid spell, 13 runs, 1 wicket. Tariq, 4 overs, 16 runs, 1 wicket. Imtiaz, crucial, could be the man of the match by the time we look here. 3 overs, 18 runs, 3 wickets. And Sohail, 2 overs, 14 runs, no wicket. Victory to the Pakistan women's cricket team, and trust me, it was indeed a remarkable fight right here in terms of what's happening. 60 dot balls by the West Indies.
Yeah, far too many. You can't have 10 overs practically of dot balls in a T20 game and expect to come out victors. But like we said, this is development at the same time. Yeah, you want to see the team do well and win games, but they've also got to go through that learning process, and that's happening right here. It doesn't necessarily happen this way at international cricket for most teams, but this is a new stage of Windies cricket, especially with the women, and they're going to have these growing pains on the international stage. But it's also that important that we stay patient and understand where they are in their development.
Well, if we looked at some of the teams around the world, Mary Richards, this is where the investment is coming in. A lot of the member nations are investing heavily in coaching development at the women's level. The West Indies are going to have to make a sacrifice to be able to make that happen. And we can't just say, oh, well, we're going to leave it up to the leewards, we're going to leave it up to the windwards, we're going to leave it up to some of the territories. Because one of the things which Courtney Walsh was talking about was they had a camp earlier. When the girls went back, there was a challenge in terms of somebody continuing the work. So when they came back here, they almost had to start again all over.
I think it's a partnership. You know, it won't be on either to do it on their own. These territorial boards and the CWI need to be together and come up with these plans in terms of developing the women's game. We did say we want to see this trickle down to the youth, where CWI can even put on its own youth under 15, under 17, under 19 female tournaments, because that would bode well for the future in terms of producing the talent that you need in order to be competitive on a world stage.
Well, that's why Trinidad and Tobago, you would see someone like Sue Grimm coming out of that program, because Coach Ann Brown and the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, they've had an under-19 tournament running for some period of time. What is also active, Mali and Sylvester, is that the Windwards have an active youth program in St. Lucia, in St. Vincent, you know, and they've got a wide pool of players. That is something which I feel that we got to work on there. But again, we have to find the coaches to make that happen, because it's not every coach can be able to coach women. Women are special.
That's true.
And there's an
the
art
due diligence has to be done.
There's an art in coaching women, and we have to find the best women coaches in the Caribbean to be able to help us through this process of the program.
That's a very good point.
So, as we break here, just to let you know, in the first game, as the groundsmen get themselves organized here on an overcast day here in St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda. Barbados themselves bracing themselves for a hurricane, Category 1. We hope that everything will, with God's speed, will be able to go well. The Pakistan women team, they've gone 2-0 up in that series. The groundsmen are lining up for the West Indies A and the Pakistan A senior matchups. On behalf of Sylvester Bouncing Joseph, former Test player, Mali Richards, record holder for the Leeward Islands, and somebody would have played tennis, and myself, who wasn't good at sports, but I tried a little thing or two, Vernon Springer. We're just signing out here from the first game, and then we'll come back. We want to thank our technician here at ABS and all of the crew who've been able to get everything going. The second game, trust me, we'll be in flying colors. We'll be back with you. What's the time, Ali?
It is 12:15.
12:15. So we'll be back here by at least 10-2 to be able to start the next game. Pakistan A defeating the West Indies women team by 14 runs. Just to give you a summary very quickly, Pakistan A batted first. They scored 108 for 5. And West Indies in reply reached 94 all out of 19.4 overs. Pakistan A winning by 14 runs. On behalf of the team, this is Vernon Springer saying to you that we'll be back by at least 10 minutes to 2 God's willing, no rain. We'll be back to bring the all-important game between the West Indies senior team and the Pakistan senior team in the CG International T20 series.
Yeah, I'm thirsty. I need a Vitamalt.
I'll certainly get that for you, my brother.
All right. See you later, guys.